A metronome and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Brian, live here. This book badass. You be broadcasting all the known land. I'm Tommy C. That's Mean Genie. Idubbbz is Mean Genie. Yo, so look, I am not going to punish you of 50 minutes of going, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I watch absolutely everything on YouTube that I can, but I'm not going to watch his video so I can say I don't understand. Well, I have a solution, Chud. If you watch the video, you might have understood. But the problem with that is you might have had some uncomfortable questions. So I understand. So in true chop from the point fashion, and we're going to be totally fair here, we're going to pretend not to watch your video too. That's what we're going to do. That's our plan. All right? So, I don't know. I don't understand. I didn't watch. I was just like, oh my God. Like, where is this coming from? Want to know where it's coming from? Watch the video. But I promise you I won't do this either. I'm not going to pull the Eats in the San thing over and over again. Watch my video. I don't give a damn if he watches or not. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm going to clarify some things. And, they were cute. They were cute. They tried to do, they basically did everything I thought. And the fact that he's playing stupid, the playing stupid fence rider bit over and over again, didn't shock me all that much. And I'm going to show you why I don't like this guy. And I have even more reason not to trust him than before. Because that's what it's all about. It's about, like, I don't trust that guy. I want nothing to do with him. Right? I was right. What? You could have called me. What? So, if you're going to pretend not to know what's wrong by not watching the video, we're going to pretend we didn't watch your video. That's pretty much where we're going for it. Because you can avoid no, we didn't bring up the Bobax thing, come to think of it. You can avoid the fact that you spilled on Bobax. We had everything on Bobax, and what a bad person. We didn't have to out him. You did it on purpose because you're a content suck. I mean, it wasn't enough for you. They probably wouldn't have found his stupid OnlyFans if it wasn't for you. That's a good reason not to trust you. Hey, let me tell you something. My experience, you want to say, how are you able to predict everything? Look at the way people you trust treat people you don't like. That's a really, really good indicator on what you're in store for. And by the way, apparently, this game is a bit of a shock to me, I'll admit. I'm not the only one that believes that you played stupid with Fast and Loose with Bobax. I'm like, oh, what? I don't know. What? 6 months go by, nobody makes a video on him in his dress. And I don't know. Okay, buddy. Let me get this fixed real quick. Remember, he tried to do the same thing with Papa Gut, like he did to you. Yeah. Oh, did he do the definition game? I don't know. I heard I should really watch that, and I might do it. The whole Papa Gut thing. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Here's Weman, everybody.
But if I were to totally stillman it, I did say in the conversation with Bobax, I don't want to see you wearing the dress. And everyone made a big deal out of that. So maybe he assumed that Nick had said something about it. I don't know.
No.
I think it's a reach because I think I explicitly told Chud it was private.
It was private. Yeah. So yeah. I think Chud was probably, deliberately leaking it, to be honest.
Oh. Uh-oh.
There's super big criticism.
There's some teeth to Tommy's criticism here. No?
Oh, in more ways than one, my white knight friend. Yeah. So I'm not the only one that believes this. And by the way, this guy's going to take your audience. 100%. You don't have to worry about Nick not shouting you out. You don't have to worry about Willie being nice to you. He's going to take your audience because Weman is willing to do what Chud won't. Be a completely dishonest, dubious fuck right out in the open. Like, completely out in the open. Like, what did he say about me? I would never bend over backwards for my friends like Tommy C does. Guilty. And he would rather suck cock, I think he'd do it either way, than kiss Dioreo's ass for 200 viewers. I got to be honest with you. I think if I kissed Dioreo's ass, I could want a little more than 200 viewers. But hey, I mean, Jesus Christ. And by the way, Weman, I've never been rated by Dioreo. Not once. Only Chud. And that didn't do me all that much good at the end of the day now, did it? So, but let's get to the heart of this thing.
I think you have.
What? Yeah.
I think you have.
Been rated by Nick?
Yeah, I think you have. Like, he's like sent his viewers.
Our times are just so different, though. Our times are so dramatically different. If
I
I was rated, it was a long time ago. You know, I didn't get the 5,000, 2,000, 3,000 Nick. But look,
no, you didn't get that.
No, I never got. I never got. I don't know if I got rated by him now, it'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, whatever. The other thing, and these are the list of things why I don't trust you. You know, list of things you didn't talk about. This was very important in the video, putting pressure on Turkey Tom for his association with DGG, knowing damn well Tommy was already moving away from it. He was in a tough spot. He couldn't say anything about Destiny or throw him under the bus until the story officially broke. To protect the victim, you guys are always clutching about. You know, that girl you really don't care about any more than I do? Yeah, that girl. Oh, Destiny, how could you do this? How could you record somebody without their consent? Must be rape. Yeah, that helps too. You know, oh, by the way, all the rape victims would like to give you a big thank you. Oh, and pedo victims too. Because Weman and Chud and the rest of these guys...
You actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
Thank you very much. All these guys have done those people no favors at all.
It's always hard to know the truth behind hard allegations, but his convenient overlooking of the explicit Boplugs allegation was telling.
Yeah, of course. 6 months went by. 6 months. And keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind about the Bobaks allegation. Everybody thought enough was enough. It wasn't enough for Chud to be in the biggest stream of the year, a New Year's stream with Turkey Tom, a New Year's stream with Augie, a New Year's stream with that's golden. That's a big opportunity. And God, I guess he needed more content. He's probably God, I can't wait. I couldn't believe it took as long to leak as it did. He probably couldn't believe it. And then, you know, it's a safe thing to leak because nobody likes Bobaks. So that's one of the things to avoid. The other thing was putting Turkey Tom under pressure. You knew damn well his situation, and you kept pressing him. You all can go back and watch it, and you can see you do it. Knowing damn well Turkey Tom couldn't run his mouth and had to keep the rouge up with Destiny, so he didn't get tipped off. That was the lousiest thing to do. What is he angry about? It came out of left field. Watch the video. It's just that simple. Watch the video. Very, very simple. But now I'm going to get into why I really can't stand this guy. And this is one small example that I bet you've run into before. I'll give you you see this all the time. He's talking out both sides of his mouth, saying something's good and bad in the same sentence. This is my personal favorite. Thanks, Willie Mack, because he reminded me of this.
Belief. But it's unquestionable. There was absolutely this, if you want to call it networking, that occurred.
And she told me. Crazy how that works.
Oh, wait a minute. I got the wrong clip.
We've also got a couple of people in chat that you may want to... Here, Yami Prism asked, why not just call Chud offline and talk it out?
We'll get to that. For all the, all right, first, for those other two reasons, he's not dishonest. And then we'll get to that. That'll be covered. I promise.
And then another one was, Weman has nothing to do with Bobby or Tom. What are you talking about?
I didn't bring up Weman as far as I just brought up Weman in the context of he agrees with me. I didn't say they had anything to do with Bobby or Tom. I'm talking about Chud here, not Weman. We'll get to that too. How about that? I've gained more respect for Weman. If you want to know what Chud's thinking, just ask Weman. Weman just has the balls to say it. Weman wants to get on the Hassan side or whatever side that. I don't know what he's trying to do, but that's what he wants. Chud doesn't have the balls. But in order to do that, you gotta bring Nick down a peg, and he's balancing. And we'll show the balancing act in a second. Let me get Willie sent me this video. This is really good, and this is why I can't stand him.
how that works.
Has Willie Mac ever received any funding or payment from Destiny, Dan Saltman, or anyone else associated with...
So the guy is accusing him of being compromised, and Chud will dismiss it.
Liberal Studios. That's Destiny's media company.
Not a single dollar.
This is fucking stupid, man. Like, this is
stupid.
The problem. Is like there is a point to be made there, but these these videos go overboard and go to these kind of like conspiracies that there's money changing hands and stuff like that. There's not money changing hands. It's much simpler than that. But what you want about money changing hands? That's ridiculous. But yes, there is. You're onto something, but you're going.
What are you up to? It's the same fucking shit over and over again. He's on both sides of every issue. I don't know how anybody guys can listen to him other than maybe he's entertaining or funny, because there's a point to be made there, and we're going to see this a lot because this goes to the heart of both Weman and Chud. They don't criticize; they attack your credibility, and that's a credibility attack. Look, if you say there's a point to be made there, you simply, maybe he doesn't want to cause drama, like the excuse he gave for Nick, you simply say that point. But he doesn't do that. That's what I can't stand about him. I made a statement that a lot of people that were demanding that, it was at the time of Dr. Disrespect, we all should condemn him before all the facts were out. And he definitely deserved being condemned. I said, it's just fascist behavior. Chud asked me to come on, and then I got cornered by Weman, which, as we well know now, Chud is well aware that Weman's bad faith. He immediately went to the little definition trick. He asked me the definition of fascism. Kids, don't fall for that one. If you give it too good of a definition, then you read it off. If you give any other definition, it's bad. You don't know what you're talking about. You fell for the red herring, and you're talking about that. This is something that Destiny does all the time. So if you listen back, I refused to do it, and I stuck by my guns. And then Weman's brilliant response was, then why isn't it fascist? Because it's apparent. Brilliant stuff. So it's just, you have to agree with me. You have to agree with me no matter what. What?
So I just say, did you misspeak and say Destiny?
Destiny. No. Did I misspeak? Okay, let me explain.
You said Destiny.
I'll explain this again. I'll explain this game. I made a statement that people are demanding we toss this guy under the bus, this Dr. Disrespect guy who eventually deserved to be tossed under the bus. We're just acting like a bunch of fascists. And Weman got on with me and said, that's an outrageous thing to say. His response for that was not to go after my argument that they're not fascist. His response was to do the definition trick. And it's just a red herring fallacy. After the whole thing was done, Chud went on to say this. Well, Tommy doesn't know anything about fascism. That's abundantly clear. But he is right that it might be fascist demanding people condemn before we all have the evidence. It's the same shit here. He does it all the time. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it. Because if you want to call it a sneak diss, talking out by both sides of your mouth, just being dubious, dishonest, I mean, call it what you will. This is why I can't stand him. 100%. That's the perfect example. And I bet you could find a million examples of that. I know you can find it in this video that I'm about to show you. Why won't you talk about, why didn't you call him? You guys were buds, right? Yeah. Why wouldn't I call him? That's why I didn't call him. It's this little thing right there. Now forget the thumbnail and the title because the trap is there. Oh, you can't handle the bants and all that stuff. Here's what I want you to do. Click in this video on your own time. Pretend he's talking about you. And then ask yourself, do you want to talk with that guy? Do you want to hash it out with that guy? Or does he not like you? So I got the Bobax leak. That's shady. I got the Willie Mac thing. That's fucking shady. I got that Pacific example. Yeah, things are stacking up where I think I'm allowed not to trust him. And yeah, I didn't call him. By the way, I talked to Chud, played video games with him pretty much throughout the month of December. I think 2 streams or one night we did it alone and there was a stream or something like that. I haven't heard a word. So that kind of goes both ways. Why did you call him? Why didn't you call me? I might have thought, well, maybe it was an isolated incident, but I no longer think this is isolated incidents. When the New Year's stream happened, I was like, yeah, there's something fucking there. This guy's incredibly dishonest. You want to know what Chud actually thinks? Are you sick of his bad faith fence sitting? Listen to Weman. He'll tell you. But he's got nothing to lose, and Chud does. And that's what it really comes down to. He doesn't understand. I don't know if he does it, or it's just bad faith. You could criticize Nick. Here's the funny thing. Do you see this particular picture of me, right, when I was moving? This is clipped from a video where I was criticizing Ethan Klein. I never started drama with Nick. Nobody ran to Nick and said he's attacking you. When he said, I'm talking about you, Nicholas Diorio, and then shoehorning something somebody else said, like Stardust. Yeah, I think he did it on purpose. I'm no longer being generous. I think he did it on purpose. So why would you talk to him? I don't understand that at all. I wouldn't talk to somebody like that. And, you know, you could always say something outrageous, attack people's credibility, and say, hey, you can't handle the bants. You can't handle the banter. It's just an endless circle of being dishonest. It's endless circle of bad faith. That's all it was. So that's why. This milquetoast thing, fence sitter thing is really just, look, all this stuff is run by money. Don't, even your favorite YouTubers, even the good ones, every decision is made on topics to cover is about money. I'm not above it and nobody else is. It's easy. It's very easy to sit there and act like everybody else is selling out when you're not depending on the money. Chud's depending on the money. So believe me, I've done this long enough to realize, yeah, you're going to avoid this. You're going to avoid that. But if Chud wanted to criticize Nick, or not even criticize Nick's arguments. But they don't know that. They don't know the difference between, no, I'm not going to, they do know the difference. Who am I fucking kidding here? Attacking your credibility is the bants to them. Attack your credibility is criticism. What's the matter? You can't take criticism? You're attacking my credibility, not my argument. That's what they do over and over again. Weman does it. His minions do it. They all do it. Chud does it, except he's a mean girl about it and does it sneaks this. When you call him out, he plays stupid or says you're soft and then lets Weman do the rest. That's probably what it is. How coordinated it is, I don't fucking know. I don't care. If you want to know what Chud thinks, talk to Weman. Weman thinks Nick Diorio is a sellout. All those guys think he's a sellout, and he's unfairly praising Ethan Klein. Instead of attacking the praises, you say he's a dick rider. You say he's a sweeper. And don't provide any explanation why that's the case. Just like that Willie clip I showed you. It's just that simple. So can anybody really believe that there's actually no alignment here? I mean, Hassan pulls this shit all the time. Hey, listen, I can't control this guy. I disagree with him, but he does a great job. Well, here, if you thought he was bad faith, you wouldn't have put him on your show. You wouldn't have platformed him. Chud's got no problem with Weman being bad faith. None whatsoever. None at all. He just will continue to do this whole thing over and over and over again and then play stupid. That's the idea. The idea that he doesn't associate with Weman is comically stupid. It's a comical lie. And I honestly think they more than likely just sit around and say, well, if they do say this, we'll say that. Because you could predict what they're going to say, no problem whatsoever. My last thing, and then we'll move on. Oh, I want this slide. This one's way, way better. Okay. Last thing I got to say, I'm going to mention Aiden real quick. Aiden made a comment. He said that I come from a community that if we criticize each other, it's over. It's fucking done. I don't know. Anybody watch me long enough, I can take a joke. I can get my balls busted. I can do all those things. It's just not true. I can be criticized. That's not true. What they do is called credibility attacks. And the credibility attacks, sweeper, dick rider, all those fucking things, and say you can't handle the bats. It's bad faith. It's dishonest. It's what Chud's doing. It's what he's doing on the surface. That's what it is. Oh, there is another thing. I almost forgot. Chud mentioned, and this is an example of just being deliberately dishonest with context. Chud said, why don't you call me a pedo? If just come out and say it. I didn't call you one. I didn't say you were a groomer. Here's what I said, and I'm not going to pretend to teach you right now. I'm just going to teach the audience. I'm not going to pretend you didn't understand what I said. I said you got catfished, and that's fucked up. And people look the other way. The context being, even if you're innocent, like Chud was of the whole thing, he was actually set up by some friggin' minor. There's no doubt about it. I've stuck up for Zaptai and other people. I have initially stuck up for Zero until he was repentant. I have a history of sticking up for people that make massive mistakes. But on YouTube, and he knows this, 9 times out of 10, that's lights out. 9 times out of 10, lights out. You're finished. It doesn't matter the context. right? The context he wouldn't afford me. So this whole thing, why don't you just call me a pedo then? Well, I didn't. I didn't even suggest it. I said you were a catfish. I said it was fucked up. And all the people that you're trying to snake, Willie, Tom, me, well, and I guess and to some extent, Bobax, were nice to you and looked the other way instead of saying, well, look, that guy might be innocent. I can't be associated with him. They gave you a chance. They gave you a chance because of Nick's goodwill. That's what they did. But you're trying to snake him. So back to Aiden. Baden says that we come from a community who criticize each other. It's the friendship's over and what have you. First of all, that's not true. It's the credibility attacks. That's what it is. I mean, Weman has no fucking problem or no compunction. He does not give a shit if something's true, if it's out of context. It's whatever sticks. Willie said something interesting about him, that he respects Weman a lot more because he's just trying to make YouTube work. And we've seen it before with these anti-community communities, right? It's just whatever sticks. We saw all the way back in the day, which they remind me the most of, but lamer, the blood sports thing with Medicare and Tonka and all those guys. But they eventually destroy each other. The most recent version was Salvo's community. And they ate each other as well. He ate himself, and then, God, that guy ate. They ate each other, and then he ate himself. All these anti-community communities, they go away. They get really freaking hot, and then they fizzle out. Because eventually, the line gets boring. Eventually, the bad faith gets boring. Weman doesn't have any reputation for being good faith. Most of the people that watch Chud, I even noticed in my own comments, cannot stand him. They don't like the fact that I'm so-called conflating them. The problem is, I don't think it's an accident. I don't think I'm crazy here when he puts him on, lets him say his shit, but I disagree with that. It's the same shit he did with Willie. It's the same shit he does with everybody else. You know, that's really interesting. But I got to distance myself. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. And that's it. That's all. Buddy. If you're going to sit there and say, I can't take the bans, fine. If you're going to do what Weman's little crowd did and said, get this, with the pedo thing, that I knew that Chud was a groomer and I let it go until it was inconvenient for me. Oh, that's funny. And honestly, I think Chud knew that it was going to be taken like that. I never said that. I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt. Catfished, and that's fucked up. So that's who you're dealing with. That's your great commentator. That's your guy that's fair. And nobody could be less fair than Chud. He just needs to keep the image up. You want to call in? Now's your chance. So, and then I'm going to go into the other video. See, didn't take 50 minutes. I don't got to pretend. Well, I did pretend not to know, in fairness. I had no idea what happened in that video. None. Tommy's always right. You goddamn right. So, we got anybody in there? And by the way, I don't screen any. I'm the only guy on this earth that doesn't screen and takes calls on a regular basis. Nobody calls. I'll get right into the Anisa thing. Yeah, Chud is a dishonest wanker. Why do I want to talk to a dishonest wanker? So he can be more dishonest? Oh, I do have to make a correction, however. All right? Hey, buddy. I was wrong about something I said in there. I said something wrong about Weman, but you'll never see this from them. You'll see this from me. Weman never apologized to Nick. Nick said I got that fucked up. What happened is I was asking him about Weman, and he told me about Chud after he called him out, which was a bullshit call out, and said, oh, we can't do this without making drama, so let's have this private conversation. Conversation I told him not to have because it looked like a bunch of bullshit to me. And so... Excuse me, I lost my train of thought. We're gonna have to edit that part of the video. So I told him not to talk to him. And what the fuck was I talking about? I lost my goddamn train of thought. I am seeing it. Weeman's right.
Correction you're making a correction of Weman apologizing.
Oh, the Queen. Weman didn't apologize. Yeah. I misunderstood. I asked him something like he responded about something that Chud wanted to get him to. And it is really interesting that Chud doesn't want to make drama. But he started the drama, and when it didn't go his way, then he's like, "Hey, let's downshift a little." I'm sorry, all these things adding up, not trustworthy. Real simple. I think it was very telling that he didn't act like he didn't know anything, pretended it was from left field, and played stupid like he always does. I don't trust him. That's it. Can we deal with that? No war, not unless you want one. Just I don't trust you. Deal with it. I'm not afraid to freaking lose subs. I'm not afraid to punch up. You know why? Because I'm like Weman. I got nothing to lose. You do. So you got to be a phony. You know, it's one thing, like I said before, everything, all the narratives. That's one of the reasons the Weman goes nuts when you don't have his narrative. If you control the narrative, you control the money. Don't let anybody think for a minute that this isn't money-based. It is. Everybody, even the good guys, it's a business. And if you want to get in the business, you have to control the narrative to some extent. Okay, buddy. Right? Like I said, even the good ones. You can do it the right way and, pick and choose or basically do what Nick's doing. Strike gold while it's hot. Or you could do it like Chud's doing it. Try to discredit credibility and really turn that into some kind of sneak diss. Yeah, I don't like that. What a shock. When all these guys, Nick's not the first guy to pass me. Dave passed me at one point. Other guys, Illuminati, lots of people went up. I never got jealous. I figured it's my own fault. I'm doing something wrong. But I honestly believe that he saw the kind of money that Nick's making, and Nick's making a lot of money. And it's really tough to talk around that. He's got an entire freaking group of chatters calling everybody a dick sucker, everybody a sweeper, and he's afraid of them. So he goes with Nick, and then it really makes you ask the question, what does Chud think? I think it's Weman, whatever Weman says. What does Chud think? The best thing to happen right now as a drama YouTuber would be for Ethan Klein to do something so incredibly stupid, and Nick apologizes for it, which he wouldn't probably do if I had to guess. Then you would have the argument. Then you would be able to show why he's a sweeper, why he's a dick rider. But they don't want to do that. They just want to throw it at you, and see what happens. That's what they would do. That's why I don't like him. That's why I don't trust him. And I don't have to. Anybody in there? No, not one call. No disagreements? No. Nothing?
I mean, in chat, there've been a bit.
Well, hit me one.
Okay. Why don't you show us examples of these things? You talk a lot of smack without showing
examples. I just showed examples, so I'm not even answering that. I just showed the examples. I showed the Willie example. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave it up to you to figure it out. This is not a one-time situation. I showed Bobax, and Weman even agrees with me. I wonder if, I like that the Frankenstein's monster takes him out. Because why would you listen to Chud right now if you can just go to Weman and get it right there and then? It makes no, I didn't show the Willie thing. I did show the Tom thing, and I gave plenty of examples. I just did it. So you can sit there and act like it didn't happen, and that's what makes you a good Chud fan. Pretend it didn't happen. That's bad faith. Sorry. I showed examples. I'm not getting trapped into that shit. So I just did. I only wrote everything down and showed it. None of that makes sense. Okay. Well, I'll let it stand that it doesn't make sense, and I'll let the public do what they want with it. Even though Bomax, I gave the Willie example. I gave the you want one? You want another example why I don't trust him? I'll give you another one. With the Weman debate, he said, "Hey, you want to come on here and talk to this guy?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I had no idea who the guy was, right? And then no, not the Weman, the slasher stuff. When Weman was hunting down stuff to attack my credibility on the slasher thing. Hey, I got a message. Hey, Weman found something. You might have to defend yourself here. Something along the lines. I am paraphrasing. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I didn't show because I know I shouldn't show. And then Chud shut it down. He went ahead and shut it down because it was just too stupid. But if you get in the debate, you might screw up. And considering all these debates on there are totally bad faith, they pile on, they do all that other horse shit. That's a pretty stupid thing to do. Nobody should go on there to talk. You're just going to get piled on. Look at the Willie debate between, I don't know, the entire incel community, the leftist incel community, right? So, and then he apologized to me right afterwards. First sign that I thought something was wrong. By the way, Willie gets a thing. Hey, Willie, I hear you're crashing out. Why don't you come on here and talk? We get this a lot. Come on here and talk. I heard there's something wrong. And he's like, what are you talking about? Well, yeah.
You actually don't need to
There's another example. He's using in content farming his own friends.
As a Chud, Tommy and Nick fan. I think you're all gay radars.
There might be some truth in that, but I'm not going to run away from that. It's drama. That's what it is. It's a guilty pleasure. You don't need to snake. There's plenty of money out there. You don't need to snake everybody. You can be right up front with it. Again, this video right here, this is taken from a short that I made criticizing Ethan Klein. And he's sitting there saying it's impossible to do without stirring drama. No, you're dishonest. You want to attack Nick's credibility. You don't want to attack his arguments. You know? And you want to say, like, he says something nice about Ethan Klein or supportive of Ethan Klein. Well, he's clearly dick riding. Why? Willie Mack never crashed out. No, he never did crash out, but Chud was trying to get him in first. By the way, again, I was sitting in a bowling alley, watching all the kids bowling. That was my job for the day at my kid's birthday party, and he came on real strong. Like, Willie fucked this up, Willie fucked that up. I am paraphrasing again. When Nick tweeted what a good job he did, he changed gears completely. Changed gears completely. They've been trying to get at Willie. They're trying to get at Tom. People are asking me whether, I don't know. I haven't talked to Tom in months. If that's why Tom stopped streaming, don't know. But if he did, I don't blame him. Tom has never really been the fighting type anyway. He probably should, be perfectly honest with you. So that's enough for me. If it's not enough for you, Batman, fair enough. But that's enough for me. And I promised I wasn't going to do this for 50 minutes. So take it and run with it. If he wants to ignore it, like he kind of half-assed ignore what I said this time, or he wants to watch this video, we can go back and forth. No debates. You're dishonest. You're bad faith. So you're on your own. My advice to you is, instead of pretending to make Nick look like he has no credibility, just do it. Just do it. Join the crowd. Just do it. You know, and I think Weman said something to the effect of, oh, what a conspiracy. Something comes down the pike against Nick Oreo, and Chud just says, I think they got you, Nick. I'm sorry. I still stick by that. I think that's the plan. But it's going to be a little harder now. Yeah, I saw Reddit, and my comments, for somebody punching up as far as I am, aren't as bad as you think. It held at 80. I'll tell you what it was. It held at 80%, and only this morning did it fall down to 70. I will take that for a guy that holds 2,000 a stream. No problem any day. There's a lot of mixed feelings about Chud. And I think I'm talking about something people couldn't quite put their finger on, or they always believed and said, yeah, I can't believe those guys hang out with him. Yeah, there you go. That's what I think happened. And then, the tactone thing. Yeah, I might watch the tactone thing. That's kind of funny, too. I gotta find out more about that.
We do have somebody in waiting to call.
Let's see. Morrow, you're on here.
No, it's Morrow.
Morrow? I can't see that.
Yeah, asshole. Get my fucking name right.
Yeah, go.
Sorry.
What do you want?
What the? Come on. Jesus Christ. Cut me a little slack. I've never been on a live stream before. This is my first time. I'm trying to get comfortable.
This is the wrong show to get comfortable on the first time, but go ahead. I'm in a good mood.
You're in a good mood?
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood. Why are you in a good mood?
I don't know. I had a great day. Well, easy day. Let's get to your thing. Get to your thing.
Okay. Listen. Okay. Do you stand by the green M&M stuff from like 3 years ago?
Yes, absolutely. Why would you ask me that?
Well, I'm just wondering. I mean, it's a throwback. I mean,
No.
you're talking about this fucking Chud Logic guy who tried to fuck some 17-year-old trans girl with like cone tits. Who the fuck cares about that? I want to know about the green M&M shit.
I have disavowed the green M&M and apologized to Nick for that.
Okay, because I mean,
that's a long time ago.
Not me, Tommy. Some would say there are little similarities with how you acted with Nick and then how you're acting with Chud.
No, there's no similarity.
Me.
Okay. I'll answer your question. Nick threatened me.
Nick threatened you. What did he threaten you?
Nick threatened you. He said he was going to do a video on me over the green M&M, not specifically green M&M. He got in a fight with me. He threatened me. That's a fact. Did I handle it well? Absolutely not. But why'd
you forgive him if he threatened you? That seems pretty reprehensible.
Because I had he didn't threaten to kill me. Threatened my money is what he did. Well, what I did. Well, let me answer.
You've
my
combat.
I haven't. No, I haven't. Listen, let me answer your question. No, he threatened me, and I knew he was on the up, and I definitely think with the overlap, if he made me look like a bad guy, he did threaten me. Whether he's going to fall through on that. Another thing is me. This is 4 years ago. Me, Augie, Matt, and Nick hashed it out.
Okay, buddy.
That's why. That's basically it. Matt. I'm not explaining every little thing to you. All right, I'm talking to the audience too.
Why? I mean, I can put two and two together. I'm sure this Matt guy was pretty involved in the the threats or whatever.
That's what happened. He threatened me. I probably overreacted. Here's another thing too. I told the public what happened, and I never said another thing about Nick again. I never took a shot at him. I never did anything of the sort. I was never ever.
Why'd you forgive him though? Why'd you forget? Because
because
my livelihood.
Because
you're Tommy C.
Shut up! You're so annoying. Bye. All right. No, why I forgave him is because probably a lot of the wounds were healed when we had Augie and Matt, and then just slowly got back together. It was up to him. We didn't talk to each other right away. That's it. Nick threatened me. I overreacted, and then slowly but surely, I let it go. That's it. He never attacked my credibility. He made fun of me with the video. I think it's called, we should watch it one time, The Irish and the Italians Don't Get Along or something like that. But he never threatened my credibility. But I thought he would, and I wasn't going to do it. So the way I saw it is I threw him under the bus before he threw me under the bus. What I should have done is called him and said, look, you put me in a bad spot here. I understand you're pissed off at me. And he was fucking hotter than I've ever seen him before. But slowly but surely, yeah, let it go. Let it pass. I apologize to him. I apologize to him too remember the old Weman, Salvo. I did it live on one of his big streams. Done. That's it. So and nobody else. I'm shocked we don't have calls, but I'll move on.
Yeah, no, I did. There was a question in chat that I've
that's relevant.
So it's by Retarded Monkey. So to double check, so the original problem is you're mad that Chud made negative comments about Nick milking Ethan content.
No.
What's the problem when the two of them say there is no problem between them?
There's no problem. If Nick doesn't want to have a problem with that, I'm not forcing anybody to think what I think. I'll leave that to Weman and them. If that's what they say, that's what they say. That's fine. I got a problem with it. And here's the thing. It's not criticism. It's credibility attacking. Deceptive. Dubious. Both sides of your mouth. Duplicitous. That's what it is. Hey, look, it's one thing if you call me fat or old or I fuck something up or that take is way off because of A, B, and C. It's another thing if you're calling somebody a sweeper, that he doesn't believe what he's talking about. That's the personal credibility attack. That's the stuff I take exception to. Now, I expect that from my critics, but I do not accept that from people in my circle. No, absolutely not. So there you go. That's the answer to that. DM, you said Cleveland is it's an anti-community. God, they're doing drama and pretending they're not doing it. That's the funny. Tommy can't handle advance. No, if that's what they want to say, that's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But I'll go with my reputation of, one, I think I can take a joke considering all the abuse I take from my own fans and you and everybody else. And two, my record on getting it right. All right.
We do have another caller.
Oh, go ahead. Who's that? I can't see.
Aslan.
Aslan, last call before we get into this video. Go ahead.
So what's your what's like your ideal scenario for Idubbbz here? If he wants to like come around and do like a last second face turn, what do you think?
With who?
He should do? Like
with who?
With his girlfriend, because clearly, I used to be 50-50. I used to be like, nah, leave Idubbbz and his girlfriend alone. But after this, like maybe I wasn't paying attention before.
I was too. By the way, I posted a video yesterday. It got like 12K, by the way, or something like that. I posted about me and Turkey Tom watching a video, and we even both agreed at the time that going after her wasn't the right thing. Yeah, look. Are you asking me what I would do to say he's okay? I'm a little confused by the question.
If this was like a movie, how would you write the ending here? Like, what's the ideal scenario here for Idubbbz? Because I don't want to see him like constantly go down this void. Like I used to like this guy, man. He used to be funny.
Like him too.
He used to be a funny guy.
Unfortunately, look. I feel sorry for him in some aspects. He got involved with the wrong woman at the wrong time when he was in a sensitive place. All right, I have nothing but empathy for him. The problem is when I've seen stuff like this, it's probably going to take years to even get back to a place where he can make videos and not get laughed at. In fact, I'm talking maybe up to 5. You know, where we can come back when they've been divorced, and then he can laugh at himself. But you're gonna have to go through a lot of pain before that happens.
You think Max Mofo and Filthy Frank would like magically just reappear if he was to ever?
No, they live in Australia. No, they're all in their 30s now, man. Yeah, they all have wives and families and kids. You know, rehabilitating. Look, nobody wants to shout each other out in this fucking business. They're not going to rehabilitate your marriage or even be there to pick you up when you fall down. They can't physically be there either. And you know, here's another thing too. Collaborators are not necessarily friends.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you see like if he is to like, you know, bring this back around and, you know, bring his life together, do you think him and Sam Hyde would ever like
maybe
have a meeting of minds?
I suppose. Well, you really want him to come back. Hey, look,
I do, bro.
I gotta tell you something. So, like, when you do your best stuff in your late 20s, it's like you're built creatively. It's almost like athletics. By the time he recovers, he's gonna suck. And it's just the kind of the natural order of things. You peak athletically around 27, 28, and some people, I don't know if there's any study of this, some people peak creatively. And then, you know, there's also the other pressure. It's going to be like the old stuff. Well, if he's like 39 years old, he cannot make videos on Leafy. So there you go. Yeah. I'm confused why you won't talk to many of these people. Because they're dishonest. They're bad faith. I just did a whole stream on it, you assholes. I'm so confused. Perhaps you're not comfortable with your position. My position's right here. Let's do it old school. Bring on your videos. Come on.
Okay, buddy.
We'll have a big fucking laugh. I'm confused. Why won't you? That was the same thing the guy wrote me about McMahon. I'm looking for McMahon's video. I can't wait for his video on me. I won't talk to them because they're bad faith. They just tried to shoehorn me into knowing that Chud was a groomer and look the other way. So I'm okay with pedophiles as long as it benefits me. I'm not sitting down with anybody else, and neither should you. So stick it up your ass. Stick it the reverse. I'm sorry, Batman. You don't have to watch me anymore. You don't. You can go to Milk Toast Double Takes that work for you. I am not telling anybody not to watch Chud. I'm telling them not to collaborate with them. Watch Chud or not enjoy Chud. Certainly he's good. I love the show. I thought it was great. I'm not telling anybody to do any such thing. I'm saying he's a typical YouTube snake. Jesus Christ, he watches everything. He didn't watch my video? I know I didn't watch my video because the examples that you said I didn't make would have come up on his video, Batman. All right, I'm going to watch my stupid video. Thanks. He's probably not. He's not coming back. Hey, listen, do you think Metallica is going to put out a kick-ass album like they did in 30 years ago? No, they're not. They're creatively, they're peaked.
I do have, there's a couple more questions for you,
All right.
Sorry.
All right,
so one of them is from good old Lynn. He wants to know if you'll let Chud into your house now.
No, I said that before, if you noticed. You should have got a hint. I've already no one know. Chud wouldn't be allowed in. The only guys that are, like Willie. I talked to Coppercat today. I let him and his family. See, the only people I want over here are like people that are already married around my age. So
I'm an exception to that, though. So
you're an exception to that, but your boyfriend's coming, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, couples. That's it.
But yeah. Second question.
Why did hold on a second? Why did Kleeman start with Papa Gut? To raise it up to Chud, so he could say, "I don't agree with Kleeman." There you go. That's why. Oh man, I heard Kleeman had a tough time with Papa Gut. I don't know if that's true or not. I'll be perfectly honest. I'll have to check it out. Oh, go ahead.
Second question is from a while back, but it's from this guy called the Long Lad. What's the name of the vape you use?
Rand M. RN, I think. Hold on. That's a good question.
And there's one thing after that, and then I will release you to go on to your.
Hold on, let me see. Rand, R-A-N-D, capital M. I think it's only available in Europe, but good luck. And they took it. And if you're in the UK, you're fucked. It's illegal. But what else?
So the last thing is from there's this TikToker / streamer called Ace1 Ant, and I'm not gonna lie, he looks like you.
Let me see.
So it looks like he could be your brother, basically. So I'm sending you. Where's this fucking image?
We found a guy online a couple years ago. I sent it to my father, and he said, "When's that picture taken?" I was like, "It's not me." Another thing, and you know what? I think it might have been another Callahan because we ended up finding Bill Callahan. Did I tell you my uncle? Did I say that my uncle, my semi-famous uncle, died? I didn't know him that well or anything. I only till like 10 months ago. Does he really look a little grayer? Hold on a second. He's got a nicer smile than I do. Yeah, there's some similarity there, but he's fat. He's got a better beard than I do. I could tell it's like thicker. Mine's like thin. I couldn't even grow a goatee or anything until I was like 30. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It looks like he could be your brother.
We should put him in the logo. It's like dating fail too. Should have dyed your hair, fuckface. Dating fail. Hey, Batman, if you don't like me anymore, it's fine. You know, I mean, whatever. If I can entertain you, that's great. If I can't, that's the way I feel. You know, here's another thing, Batman. I'm telling you the way I feel. This is the way. No bullshit. Nobody's faking anything. This is the way I feel.
You actually don't need to interact with real people.
Let me tell you something. When I realized he was doing this fucking
shit. Donated $5. Anyone running to defend these streamers in chats, whether it be Chud, Nick, you, Weman, is probably some kind of subhuman who should have their rights stripped.
Ready to run defending these streamers in chats. Oh no, you're going after Batman there. Oh, you have every right. No, I disagree, Jack. Thanks for the $5. People can do what they want. Tommy, you're supposed to debate all your personal feelings empirically. Well, you don't even debate anything you say. You debate your character and whether you're good faith or not. That's all it is. So I really want to watch this. Now, I put out a video yesterday that I was shocked, that did as well as it did. Let's see if I can find it here. You guys can go check it out. I got notified. I got notified for this. Oh, I can't. This fucking Hitler video, so I don't want to get dinged for that. World War II shit. It's all this World War II. It's cats and Hitler. Cats and Hitler over here. This video right here, this is 14K. So 14K on there, so it's probably 15 on the other way, 15 or 16 on the other way. So this is a video of me and Turkey Tom. And by the way, did Turkey Tom take a beating in this, right? And I didn't mean for that to happen. So it's me watching the Idubbbz Sam Hyde interview, and I picked up immediately that there was serious tension in the room, and I do believe to this day that Idubbbz is definitely trying to punk him, make him look like an alt-right maniac, right? And me and Tom disagreed. All right, hey guys, hindsight's 2020. So me and Tom debated about it, but everybody's like, yeah, Tommy saw it right away, and Tom didn't see a thing. Well, honestly, it made it a much better show. He uploaded this back in 2022, right? And the reason I uploaded it is because, well, that's one of the best goddamn things I ever did. This is like, honestly, the closest thing to Joe Rogan quality I could ever get. It's about that whole situation. I want to go check it out. The full clip, a lot of everybody's asking me, how can I watch the full one? Well, go to the end, I guess. But yeah, it was really cool to have a nice, reasonably sized video for a change. Yeah, this is the original video if you want to see it. I thought it was great. It was really good. And I thought Tom was good. He was giving his honest opinion. He didn't think Idubbbz was going woke. I did. It might be because of my own biases. It doesn't make Tom stupid. Although, Tom is one of those guys, you tell him something, I don't know, Tommy, I think you're unhinged. Or he doesn't say it outright. Augie says it outright. But whatever. I don't know anything. What happened? Came out of left field. I can't understand. This must be something else going on. Maybe he has his feelings hurt easily. Oh, I'm sorry, your feelings got hurt. You want to talk about your feelings? No. Here's my feelings. You're a fraud. Where's my...
Go to that one, and you have to go back. You did it on that same tab that you were just on, and you've searched through it, so you just kind of...
Hannah.
Yeah, so you go back.
There we go. So this is what I really want to do. No more calls. Did we answer all the questions? You didn't softball me, did you?
No, I didn't softball you. I've been keeping tabs on it.
All right, fine.
I mean, it's just Batman being Batman right now.
Well, Batman is. I think here's the thing. I think Batman's having a crisis moment. I think as he watches Chud going further, he's going to see more of this shit. I don't think they're going to stop. I think the only thing they're Weman saw, but the only thing they're going to do is he's going to double take when he has a chance to jump on Nick.
And you because
I'll tell you right now, if he fucking stabs Nick in the back and say, I don't know, unless, and I will be more good faith to Chud than he ever was to me, unless they get Nick. See, here's the thing I'll do. If somebody gets one of my friends dead to rights, and I've said this before, I did this with the crowd back in the Disney. Oh, by the way, hey, Batman, there's another thing I know about. Speaking of crowd, when it comes to, did you know Chud tried to get a hold of, what's his name's, Sargon of Akkad's DMs? I guess they're having a conversation and a joke and a laugh about it, but apparently Nick or not Weman, crowd told me this. He kept on asking for Sargon of Akkad's DMs. I've known about this for a long time now, right? And the way he was behaving and what he said, he was kind of uncomfortable by the whole thing. I don't know what they were talking about. I know crowd hates Sargon of Akkad, and but I think he made a crack, like there was a DM in there, and Chud was like, "Give him to me." I think that's fucking low.
You actually don't need to interact with real people.
When the Bobax things happens, and then I think
donated $5. Batman, Chud is more two-faced than me. Trust me.
RB dead. I think so. Knowing that, and then seeing the Bobax thing, I'm sorry, you have to be a fucking moron at this point to think he's not two-faced, in my opinion. But I'm not going to do what the rest of those guys do. If you think Chud is fair, fine with me, motherfucker. It's not my fucking problem. All right, since we're on the on history and stuff like that, let's watch. Since I got called a psychic in 2022, let's go all the way back to 2018 and watch Brittany Venti's video. How come I cannot get the damn thing on? Let's go.
I don't know.
I hate this fucking.
Okay, buddy.
Fucking passion, you know that. Don't be easy on Batman. I'm gonna be easy on Batman like it was easy on Turkey Tom. He doesn't see it yet. He's never, in fairness to Batman, he's never been a YouTuber.
I mean, we've got Batman, we've got Joker, we've got
dealing with these guys better. By the way, this shit goes down on lower levels, Batman. He's not the first. It's not the first time to make an alliance, start shit, and make it look like the other guy started. You know, the Keemstar principle. He's not the first guy to do this. He just wasn't as good at it, I guess. It lasted a long time, so I guess that's subjective. I don't know why I can't get it. This sucks. I don't understand. I like my little chat thing. I gotta find a better way to do this. I think it's time to go total OCS. I do. I think it's time to go total OCS. I fucking hate this shit. I should have done it a long time. I use the OCS for gaming, but because it's just push and play. But the problem with this, they have all this shit built in. I've been doing it for over 10 years now. Batman, you're entitled to think I'm wrong, and I don't think you're a moron. I don't think you'll get that from them. I can't get it. Sucks. All right, let's watch this thing. There we go. This sucks. Oh, I thought Harvey Baller from Batman. Yeah. Guess we're gonna have to go without it. This sucks. But
listen,
whatever.
fuckhead.
Thank you, Kaisersaurus. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course you can. Absolutely. So, if nobody's told you today, you look great. Your hair looks amazing.
Good afternoon, wherever you are, you beautiful person. That's right, I'm talking to you.
You are someone that's gonna change the world.
Together, we can do some of the most amazing things to change the world.
You can do it. You're awesome. And you're really hot.
You're strong. and you got this.
You have to love yourself. You have to take time with yourself.
It's called psychopathy, loving yourself.
Let you guys know that you're loved. Let you guys know.
Everything that I say, I mean.
You are good enough.
You know what? I'm about to say it.
You're a human being. You're beautiful.
It's the great Brittany Venti, everybody. You know Brittany's gonna be attack her looks and shit, you know, because she's a girl and she's petty.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone. This Christmas, I give you the gift of the new smallest bean in the bowl, Anisa Jamha, better known as Idubbbz' girlfriend.
Anisa, you might know her from Twitch or as Idubbbz' girlfriend.
Oh, now it's Idubbbz' wife. But it is really demeaning to sit there and say that you're, oh, you know, Idubbbz' girlfriend.
Rainbow Kids, also known as Princess Pear because of her pear-shaped head. I asked her how to pronounce
I knew it.
her name just to make sure I got the pronunciation right for this video. Idubbbz' girlfriend is very similar to Shiwu in a lot of ways. They have a lot of interactions
She did a takedown on Chud Head as well.
with each other, and they both promote progressive ideology. They both obnoxiously brandish their boyfriends on social media. They both speak similarly. They both use their self-proclaimed mental illness as means to pander to their audience because they think it's cute and quirky. They both lie about their past. They both claim to have always been one of the boys. And of course, they both share the need to broadcast how small they are to the world, while also being simultaneously.
All right, I'm old. What does small mean? I saw that acronym on there. What does she mean by that? Do you know that one? I think it's SMOL.
It's just a way of saying small.
Okay. Okay, I know. Oh, small, like your figure small or something like that. Like a
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like, oh, you're a little small girl. You know, like a little small girl.
Yeah, gotcha.
Can't hurt me. I'm just small. That type of thing.
Well, she's not like that every word.
Yeah.
She's like the big bitch now.
Voluptuous and curvy. Look how kawaii she is because she's doing the victory pose in every photo. The more that she does the victory pose.
Prior to the tattoos, I wouldn't say she was unattractive at all. I'm gonna sit there and fucking lie. I know that won't win me any friends with the Anisa hate, but she's not bad looking.
The more that she looks like Sailor Moon. She even has Idubbbz doing it now. The real cherry on top of how similar Shiwu and Idubbbz' girlfriend are is that Idubbbz' girlfriend has even tried to dress like Shiwu before. She has a strong case of I'm not like those other girls syndrome, even though she literally dresses like all those other girls. But maybe
She does that. All right, I talked to Jessix, who really didn't. I don't know. He only streamed with Anisa one time. And one of the problems she had is like Anisa went through this phase as she does with boxing and everything else. It's like I'm not a booby streamer, but she was a booby streamer, right? And then when views went down a little bit, she went back to it. And then she becomes whatever she is. She's a glass of water. You just pour in, it takes the form.
isn't like those other girls after all, because Leafy said so. It's hilarious that she uses the statement of someone that her boyfriend made a video against to make herself feel less insecure about being boring as shit. Idubbbz' girlfriend reminds me of someone who would go into Pier 1 Imports or Pair 1.
And he calls her Idubbbz. She calls her Idubbbz' girlfriend the whole fucking video. He never calls her name.
Imports in her
Yeah,
case.
look, and even in the title, we don't even know her name. It's just Idubbbz' girlfriend.
That's so funny.
Signs that say live, laugh, and love. Or maybe a sign that says be unique, that was actually mass manufactured. And hanging on her...
She's so petty. I don't know what's going to be more like if we're going to get any insight on Anisa or just how petty Brittany can be.
Wall.
And it's funny.
I love that
this.
it makes her a positive and special person. Her videos are some of the most generic on YouTube, right down to the sound effects that she uses.
You can choose make an empire. Somebody asks me, "What's your name? Where are you from?" Maybe you make a buddy again and again and again to see the world in a different relationship. What's so great around me? Network.
Right, I gotta be careful because you're not supposed to make fun of people's features, and something tells me this is gonna get a little more views than I'm used to. What I find weird about her is her teeth. They're slightly separated at the fucking bottom. It looks like she's been gnawing into something. It's not the pair thing I don't get.
It's working out.
Her editing in general is just really annoying, and not just the stock sound effects that she abuses in every video, but also the visualizations that she uses.
You're making a commitment to something. Whether you're buying a puppy, moving in with somebody.
There it is. It's right there. That's what I find funny. You know, I think she could build a dam with those teeth. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
You're getting married. God forbid you pop a boner, or you stutter, or you piss your pants and shake a stick at. I was letting in.
Where's that accent from? Where's she from? Oh, she's Canadian?
Yeah.
She must have grown up totally. She doesn't really have a Canadian. Like, she was close to the border, though, I bet.
No balls. I was a very hot and cold goalie, and I was very polarizing to a lot of people. They couldn't decide whether I was good or bad.
It seems like she puts
as being a former hockey channel, it's usually pretty easy to surmise. You see how many goals go in the back of the net.
visualizations up for every single keyword that she says in her video. For example, if I say the word sleeping, I don't need to put a visualization up for the word sleeping. Everybody watching,
I have to admit, this is like petty criticism, though.
Knows what sleeping is. We don't need it to be.
I mean, she's saying that the idea is that she's not unique. You know, she's just doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, but it does.
Demonstrated.
What are you talking about? This is a girl fight.
Oh,
Ghost
yeah.
Gaming doesn't know who Brittany
Claws
Venti
are
is.
out.
Brittany Venti is famous for actually fooling 4chan, for trolling 4chan.
Yeah.
She used to, all the 4chaners used to go in to fuck with her, right? So what she did, and it's a few times she finally got caught laughing, she would like start screaming like, oh, I'm being molested, I'm being raped. And what she just completely played into their hands and gave them what they wanted, which was making the girl freak out. Now, at first, people thought she was just a nutty streamer, but it turned out she was just raking in the money.
Yep.
She trolled 4chan successfully. Probably one of the only people to do it. Well, no, wait, that's Anisa. I didn't recognize her without the shitty tattoos. Yeah.
So you can save yourself the 5 minutes it took you to Google anime girl sleeping and put it into your video because it's completely pointless. It would make sense if she were referencing something when she threw up these visualizations or clarifying something, but she's not. It's not even entertaining. These are just the first GIFs that she finds on Google and puts it in her video, and they serve no purpose except for being fucking annoying. You don't need visualizations.
She did this whole thing with the webcam too, because you can hear the fan in the background.
For every single keyword that comes out of your mouth that looks like you just ate a whole tube of lipstick with. I can't emphasize enough that lack of entertainment really showcases her content as a whole.
Well, I will say this, Brittany was entertaining. Brittany was
Oh, yeah.
entertaining. She really was. And then she became like a kind of a right-leaning commentator for a while after she trolled 4chan. And she knew just what to do with them. It was so great. Gamer from Mars put her in the YouTube Hall of Fame, or some influencer Hall of Fame that he had. Yeah, which she belongs there for sure. Her career cooled like everybody else's does eventually, but yeah, she's a legend.
It's not exciting, it's not entertaining, it's not unique, she's just trying too hard. You can see here that her YouTube channel is a variety channel. It has some gimmicky, trendy stuff like this DIY tutorial. You know, a video where you're supposed to learn how to actually do something.
Alright, so just letting everybody know I'm an idiot. I'm a giant idiot that had a clear back to peel off, and I didn't peel it off for about 20 minutes. But it's okay, because I learned that these dudes definitely need to be peeled.
Yeah, she couldn't even teach how to iron on patches in her tutorial video.
She did an iron on patches and fucked it up tutorial. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but her channel in recent times is mainly filled with
more interested in her character.
Videos promoting positivity. You know, because she's so fucking paused. Like with her advice videos where she gives the most groundbreaking advice you ever heard.
You should never let a mistake tell you who you are. Nor should you let a mistake define and dictate.
Who the fuck are you? I mean, everybody talks to me like that. I guess, is she talking to the young girls now? people, I don't know, feel like I can understand, like, somebody came here, I'm going to join the army, I'll give them some insight in that, or maybe some experience of relationships I have. But these people talk in such platitudes, like, never, ever, ever give up. Always love yourself. And it's like just empty fucking language, you know, to make yourself sound like you give a shit. And I can tell you right now, Anisa does not give a shit here.
That you are going to make in the future. The first and foremost important thing is communication. Communication is key for any relationship to work.
No, I thought you could. Oh, let's do that again.
Important thing is communication. Communication is key for any relationship to work.
She has some mental awareness videos and some storytime videos on her channel. You know, like where she virtue signals about how she heroically saved the fat person at the gym and stood up to bullies to tell them that making fun of fat people wasn't okay, and it totally wasn't about how good of a Samaritan she is.
What do you do with the Jews?
These women are just standing there staring at her. What possibly could be so wrong with this woman that these two girls have to sit there and ridicule her from a distance?
Does she not look like the girl that would be doing that? Like, doesn't she fit that perfectly? Like her face, her attitude, the one that would ridicule some poor girl. I need to lose some weight and she's fat and shit. By the way, I'm that guy when I go to the gym. You know? And I'm sure people are like, look at that fat ass being here. Yeah, I'm trying not to be a fat ass. You know?
So as I'm sitting there, the two girls look at me and they go, can you believe that somebody that large is taking up our gym time? And that's when I lost it. Look in the mirror or hear what they were saying.
I wouldn't be shocked, I swear to God. And I'd be willing to put money down if somehow it could be proven. I bet she's talking about herself. I bet any amount of money. Can I prove it? No, never. I bet she did that with another chick and thought it would be a really fucking good idea to grandstand on it later. Because nothing brings you YouTube users like grandstanding.
Like, that is a million times more disgusting than any fucking abomination I can even dream up. And I'm just sitting there flabbergasted at the idea that there's these two women actually ridiculing somebody.
There's two, wait a minute. You're flabbergasted by women ridiculing women. Would you just fall out of the sack yesterday? I mean, really? Teenage girls know that's bullshit.
Who has the balls to get up and go to the gym.
Hey guys, story time about the time I visited a child with cancer. Hey guys, another story time video, the time I stopped a transgender woman from committing suicide. Hey guys, here's another story time video of the time I defended a black person because of someone saying the N-word.
So this is where the fucking charity horseshit comes in. This is her dopamine. An evil woman has to be praised as some kind of Mother Teresa or something like that. This is the insight I was looking for.
To them.
Literally.
You know, it's kind of like when people film themselves giving money to homeless people. It really makes you think, what's the purpose of you doing that? But that's not the only thing she does, because once in a while, if we're lucky, we on the YouTube platform are blessed to be able to witness her amazing acting skills that she's practiced for years.
You know, fucking Brittany was ahead of her time. A 50-minute fucking takeout video. This was unheard of back then. You know, you got your takedown like 10, 20 minutes. You know, 30 if it was a big story. Back in the old commentary days. Now Brittany was mostly a streamer, by the way.
If you guys look at my old YouTube, it's all I used to do was skits.
Hysterical.
Wow, that's so deep.
Dealing with watching Idubbbz girlfriend's video.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Sorry it's a little bit deep, this one.
One thing that's really annoying about her videos on YouTube is her positive affirmations and platitudes. I kind of mentioned it before about sending her paused vibes, but she always feels the need to pander to her insecure viewers that she's never seen before, telling them about how they're beautiful and they don't need to change.
I really, really, really believe in
Well,
this.
you're a fat ass. You need to change.
This isn't a lie at all. I really believe that anybody can be beautiful at any weight.
You can clean yourself up, but not everybody can be beautiful. I got news for you.
Think that people can be unhealthy at certain weights.
That's like saying everybody can be smart and everybody can be fast.
But I still can admire and worship the human body in all forms, and maybe that's the artist in me. I don't know.
Isn't it great? Like you have a girl. I don't know what this makes you feel as a woman. All right, she has a killer body. Can we both agree on that, Jeannie?
Yeah. I said yeah.
How does that make fucking you feel when this girl that's gotten the gift of the killer body? I'm sure she takes care of herself. I'm sure she hits the gym. She's pretty athletic, right? It's just talking in platitudes like this. It's like you could like you could do it. You could be me. You know. It's I don't know. How does that make you feel as a chick?
I don't know if it really makes me feel anything. I'm just like, really?
What are you, German?
As in, like, are you serious? What?
All right, let's say this because you're a very pretty girl. What if you're a fat chick, like a really fat chick, not a big old ass? How would that make you feel?
It would depend on my age. I think that's the thing. If I now
19-year-old girl constantly struggling with her weight.
Really? You really think I can do this?
Okay, 25-year-old girl struggling. 25-year-old girl struggling with their weight.
This bitch is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. You can be beautiful.
No, but you're awesome and you're really hot.
You know what? I think it's like it's cool to say you can improve no matter what. Yeah, I think there's something to improve. No, not everybody can be beautiful. It's like you could really play in Major League Baseball if you really no, you have to have the gift and then really want it.
You're beautiful at your heaviest weight and you're beautiful at your lightest weight. Don't think you're any less attractive just because you're not at your ideal weight.
Because fuck improvement, you know? Bettering yourself? Don't know him. She's supporting the behavior of not improving yourself, yet she made a whole video dedicated to how much she hates that.
I just want to live in a world where we still admire and glorify the idea of pushing through things, bettering ourselves, and not letting our setbacks tell us who we are.
She'll just take any popular talking point and go with it. Who watched that? I bet there's just a bunch of creepy guys watching those videos.
Despite her making these videos about
or
mental
young
health,
girls is what I'm thinking.
Oh, God.
I'm thinking younger girls, like tweens and then like early teens.
Yeah, but back then, when younger girls watching that shit, I think it was just creepy guys.
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess. Well, you're one of them. Yeah, I can't really. Okay. But weren't you kind of the only one that was this deep in the internet growing up? Weren't you kind of an oddball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah, but no, I would know. But but the whole of like improvement stuff, like they would like if you're a fucking mentally ill girly, you're gonna want somebody to feed into your delirium, and by saying you can improve and like give it like it'd be this whole motivational speech type things, they would listen to that.
Yeah. My feelings.
I do know of girls who were watching Anisa's videos.
Okay, all right, so I'm wrong. By the way, my biggest feeling fell out today when I was chewing gum.
It's the tooth that's been wiggling, or
no? That one,
different
yeah.
one.
So now I gotta go to the dentist, and they're gonna pull my tooth out. I'm sure. It sucks.
then being paused, how she's a good person, how you're all beautiful people, so you should be body positive. She has a long history of not practicing what she preaches. For example, she's made fun of people for their weight on several occasions.
Yeah, what shot?
Sarah Silverman's got to be the most unlikable. I'm surprised that she gets less hate than that whale.
Fucking Chris shouldn't be able to wear that hat. I want to take it from him.
The leather
Amy
wearing,
Schumer?
yeah, Amy Schumer.
Oh God!
I'm surprised that car can hold up on that. The
You're based, Redfield.
Crash test rating on that car must be
all right. She's a phony. She's a good-looking phony. Now she looks like a skateboard, as Nick says.
amazing. It's nice to know that the car can handle that kind of weight
Oh, wow.
without denting.
So am I so off now that I said that she was the one in the gym making fun of fucking girls and then, hey, let me virtue signal and pretend it was somebody else? Is it really that out of the realm of possibility? I don't think so.
To our knowledge, it might have dented, actually. Who knows?
I really believe that anybody can be beautiful at any weight.
Not really feeling those paused vibes there, but you know, maybe that's just the artist in her.
I know why she hated Amy Schumer, because it was popular to hate her at the time. She's a YouTuber. It's about money. You guys think it's about anything less than money and nuts? Or my guy isn't. It's all about money. Even the good ones, even the honest ones, it's money. That's why they do the things they do. If the whole thing shifts on Diorio, right? You can say you were on the ground when it shifted on Ethan, and Diorio's a sweeper. And I've been telling you all along. Believe me, that's what it's about.
Maybe that's the artist in me, I don't know.
She also played Fuck, Marry, Kill with people that she had public issue with, where she encouraged her stream to make fun of them. Even one of her moderators made fun of one of the streamers on the screen's weight, and she laughed about it. She encouraged it. The real banger here is when she did the anti-insult. The same exact thing that Idubbbz criticized Leafy for.
I'd like to address what I like to call the anti-insult. Anti-insult is great. It's for people who want to make sort of crude remarks in their online videos but don't really want any backlash. I'm not going to be talking about the kid today after showing a picture of his fucked up snaggletooth to my millions of followers.
I mean, I guess this is...
I still love that video. And I actually like, by the way, Leafy's back. By the way, on Twitter, no joke.
It's good because she's getting her fitness in. So, can't really complain about this scene. Appreciating his fine automobile and his fine lady at the same time while she's getting some fitness. Can't hate on this.
It's very obvious that she's making fun of the woman here while implying that she isn't.
Is that woman in a wheelchair? Hold on a second.
Oh, no.
It's very obvious.
That's a different one, I think.
She's a fucking, little person. No, is that one of those?
What are you going on?
Her? I think she's a woman because of her proportions.
Wait, what does this have to do with anything?
Well, like, this is the anti-insult. You don't understand? That's a lot of shoes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. What am I missing?
No, here? that's showing the example, but why were you going so deep into it, is what I'm saying.
Because I'm weird.
Yeah, I can tell.
Fucking weird. And even though I wasn't weird, I would have got weird doing this shit for God long. How long? I'm a fucking weird guy.
Is that she's making fun of the woman here while implying that she isn't. Really sneaky and passive-aggressive of her. I guess she doesn't call herself the sneaky snake of YouTube for nothing. You know, but don't judge her because we all make mistakes. We're all human. As I stated before, she promotes being mentally healthy, you know, like her sage advice of going to the therapist.
Seek help, get therapy, see a psychiatrist, get medication if you need
Yeah, dude, my dumps like that advice.
it, talk to somebody.
But look at what we have here. Here is Idubbbz's girlfriend promoting a tweet that is wishing death on a streamer. Mere Anisa, the same girl that she laughed at for her weight before on the stream.
That's funny. So this is all here before. It was all here before. So actually, now I feel a little less sympathetic for Idubbbz. It was all there. I was date one of these streamers. I would have watched I'd be looking for. That's me though. I'd have studied, before I get involved with this broad. Here's what happened. I banged the chick. She wants to meet me again. I'd study for a weekend and decide if I wanted to do it again. Because once you do it twice, then they expect you to hang around. You women are ridiculous, by the way.
A smidge.
They'll let you get. They'll let you get away with one. You do two, you're abusing her. There's no such thing as a 2 one-night stands, folks.
There was also that time where she accused Venus Angelic of lying about her eating disorder.
Not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't keep it in my stomach.
What the fuck is that?
I puked about 10 to 15 times a day for about an
Oh, she's doing some kind of covering thing. Okay.
entire month. So what the fuck? You'd be dead! You would be dead!
times a day for a month, you would be dead. You wouldn't be alive. That's a lie. There's no.
I'm gonna back Anisa on this one. She's just calling it. She's calling balls and strikes here.
way you can put that. That's over a month. That's not real. There's no way. You'd literally be dead.
Which kind of brings me to my.
I don't think that was a good. I think this is the only hole in the video I've seen so far. I mean, that's just her calling out because that is bullshit. She would be dead. She's right.
Next point.
I'm not gonna lie.
What? You didn't do that when you were younger.
I didn't say anything. What?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was you. Here, I got fooled.
That wasn't me. Holy
Which
shit!
kind of
Oh
brings
my
me
fucking
to
God.
my next point.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I thought it was you. I thought it was you. Sorry.
You motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
Idubbbz' girlfriend has a video about being anorexic and body dysmorphic on YouTube. And of course she took the opportunity in that video to give positive affirmations, kiss ass, doing what every generic YouTuber would do.
A shit ton of positives that outweigh any negatives, like you're a human being, you're beautiful.
Gotta get those virtue points. But of course, what's a good video about body dysmorphia and anorexia without a little bit of cringy acting starring Princess Pear herself? And act like you're really sad because you're anorexic. Alright.
How I learned to deal with it.
Cut. The issue I have with this video
Stop throwing up. I don't know.
is that some things just don't.
Oh God, she's going after her teeth. Yeah, I noticed that too. God, you women are brutal, man.
Add up. The first being that she says she loves curvy, thick women, so much that she wishes her body was like Momo-kun's or
You fucking go to McDonald's and take more Denny's to take care of that too.
Jessica Negri's, which are two women that are obviously not stick thin, especially Momo-kun. Idubbbz' girlfriend wears push-up bikinis to make her breasts look bigger, and she posts pictures of her ass on the sink to make it look bigger online for the world to see, which is not really something you would do if you were body dysmorphic and anorexic.
Good point.
Because you would want your.
Are you saying Brittany she was never anorexic and she just virtue signaling? Now you really see like this video is working out better than I thought. Now between Brittany's petty I hate this girl, she's making excellent points. You know, and you see that you saw this from her for the past couple of years. And like Brittany had told, it is third hand. I'll be honest with you. It's like she became like she would get into this and get into that, and then she'd become an expert on it. And one of those things was boxing. Lucky for her eclectic interest led to 2 ass beatings for her husband.
Your body to look smaller, you know, to look skinnier like how she wants.
I have for a long time felt a lot of value in how thin I was, how much fat I could grab, how small the waist was on my body. And now something that I've been dealing with and focusing with is the size of my butt, which isn't fantastic. But
it's just really strange that she wanted to enhance parts of her body to look bigger, to have a voluptuous look when she claims that she wanted to be really thin and small.
Lying.
I mean, does the person she aspires to be look small to you?
Oh, fuck.
Idubbbz' girlfriend has also self-proclaimed to be curvy before, and clearly in a proud manner, as well as drawing herself as a voluptuous figure, which is strange since she claims to have body dysmorphia.
Now we've explained obviously the different types of hips, we can explain how you can get them wider. So number one, obviously if you have normal hips, you could always gain tons of weight and then go and lipo everything and send it
Woo! I like that
down
one.
below.
It would make more sense if she were drawing herself as either really fat or really skinny. Really fat because that would be how she's perceiving herself because she claims to have body dysmorphia. She'd be viewing herself as really fat, which is why she would develop the eating disorder and starving herself to be skinny. Or if she was trying to stroke her ego, she would have drew herself as really skinny or petite. Again, she said she viewed being curvy as an attractive, positive thing on several occasions. So that must mean that she views herself as attractive. And she tries to make herself look attractive by making herself look thick and curvy, not skinny and petite.
from when I was about 12 years old until
Oh, I'm going nuts. I want to get that chat in there so bad.
Oh my God.
It's driving me berserk. You know that? Oh, let me give it one more shot.
I could tell because you've been going
I've
around
been playing with
like...
it over and over fucking again. It makes me nuts. Ugh.
Good Lord.
Logging into YouTube. No, it didn't work.
Yeah, no, Agent brought up a really good point a bit back. It was about like, look at the T channels, Tommy. That's how they got popular. The makeup channels become drama and got popular from the tween to teenage. Because that's how I kind of looked at it. Was
probably right.
Because I mean, probably very surface level was the T stuff I got into. Is basically just a recap of what had gone on.
I don't see you getting into
I was a little bit.
Oh, were you really? Oh, you're still a chick.
I want to say probably 17, 18. It was when I got it. It was like junior year of high school. When I looked at it, it was like a month thing.
It really wasn't
basically
one good T channel. I mean, Willie really hit that on the head. They all sucked.
No, there wasn't one.
Yeah.
I can't even I literally there's channels I'll remember, but like with the T stuff, I never would remember any.
And it was so.
I can't even remember the name of the one I actually covered. I actually watched. I think it was just called like something like T, like something T-stify or whatever.
T-stify, yeah.
But it was always on. Yeah, Ghost Gaming. It was always on the Jeffree Star because I had known of Jeffree Star, not from the makeup tutorials. To be fair, it was from some of the music he's done and was on.
I heard some that was awful. I don't know how you could like that. This is driving me fucking berserk. I don't know why.
I can tell.
It won't authorize.
Someone's got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Would you rather piss yourself in public or poo yourself in private?
Well, piss myself in. Well. I think, put yourself in private. How much? Wait a minute. How much? Like a complete log? Like a complete log? Because, I'm 48 years old. There has been accidents that I had to clean up. I'll tell you you want to hear a funny piss story?
What?
Do you ever hear the knockout game?
No.
Well, chat, has anybody ever heard of the knockout game? It's really dangerous and kids get killed for it. I didn't hear. If I'd have heard kids gotten killed for it, what you do is you take like a hoodie or something, right? And you pull it right to the point where you just pass out and your friend lets go. And then you just kind of like get like high for a minute, right? It can and does kill people. And if you have like some undiagnosed heart condition, you're fucked, right? So I was on a bus with two kids headed to my latchkey program, right? And I'd done it twice before. And I said, yeah, do it again, right? So I started fading out, right? And then when I came to, I had pissed my fucking pants all the way down my leg. I was about
oh my God,
12 or 11 years old. But here's the worst part, right? I'm just about to get out. There's no way. It's like, right. It's not like one spot where I can go and kind of dry it off or something. It's down my fucking leg, right? And just in time, because these kids would have made fun of me. So I kind of squeak my way off the bus. I go right to the fucking bathroom, right? I get in the stall. I take my pants. I'm like, no, and it fucking smells and everything else, right? So I'm in a latchkey program. So I got to wait another 3 hours till 5 o'clock to get picked up by my parents. Normally I'm pretty active, playing basketball, running around, jungle gym, the whole freaking nine, right? So I just, and I always had to avoid these girls that used to pick on me, right? So, yeah, they were real bitches. I think both of them got fucking pregnant in high school. Good, fuck you.
Good,
but,
yeah.
But whatever. But whatever. So I sat in the gym. You could go to the gym, you can go outside. People are asking me to play. And I just said, I don't feel good. And I sat with my coat over my legs, even to the point of because I was so scared. You piss yourself at 11, 12 years old, you're screwed. Over my legs with my trapper keeper on top in this one spot where I could, like, so there's no other angle you could see it. And the people in the latchkey program were like, you want to come out? Is everything okay? I was like, I'm not feeling well. I'd like to sit it out. And then not only that, it wasn't, my parents came an hour late. I had to sit there from 2 o'clock to 6 and I didn't get up once.
Jesus.
Right? Yeah. So that's what you get for playing the fucking knockout game. And then a couple weeks later, I saw like NBC News, New York, the knockout game, a fatality up in Brooklyn. I'm like, fuck! Like I had no idea how dangerous it was, you know? Here in Philly, a journalism student who shit themselves multiple-hour bus ride about their experience and having shot yourself. So yeah, pee yourself in public sucked. So if like, I don't know, if you like sit down and miss the toilet, maybe you have some really bad diarrhea or something, you can clean that up and no one would ever know the fucking difference. You piss yourself in public, especially if you're a kid, that sucks. And as drunk as I've ever been, and I've been drunk a few times, I never did that once. I've been really drunk. Yeah, funny. Back to this broad.
You've given up on
I would
the
say
chat.
17. Yeah. I weighed around 170 pounds, varying in weight.
She never weighed 170 pounds. You believe that?
And it wasn't until grade 12 that I
mean,
felt
I could.
Okay, it's impossible.
I could.
All right.
A massive amount of pressure to start controlling what I ate. And I started eating very little, and I went from 170 pounds to 110.
She ain't 170 pounds there.
10 pounds.
No, not there.
In my
Fuck that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at that, though. She is not 170
started
pounds.
eating very little, and I went from 170 pounds
She's thicker, but still thin.
to 110 pounds.
That's such horse shit. She definitely lost weight. Oh, God.
Yeah.
What a phony.
In my third year of college, I told
And
myself...
you know what's great? Idubbbz has to wake up with this woman every fucking day, and he doesn't love him at motherfucking all. I bet my right arm. Everything. She's the ultimate YouTuber. Her and Chud Logic should go fucking bowling. They're the ultimate, he's the ultimate YouTuber. Everything's content, everyone's content, right, Chud?
I was going to lose weight. I went from 175 pounds to 130, and I've kept it off. I would argue that that defines me as a person.
The issue is that she said in this video that she was 170 pounds until she was 17 and began to develop an eating disorder and...
She's about 100, she might be 120 there. That's about it.
I put her up to max 140. That's where
Max,
I put her.
I don't know, 140.
lost all the weight and ended up being 110 pounds. But
Well,
then she
the thing is, you
contradicts
can't see
that in her
legs.
New Year's resolution video that she made after. She said in this video that she was actually 175 pounds using the same photo and that it was now her third year of college where she would be approximately 20 to 22 years old and that she lost a massive amount of weight to
that's
be
so
actually
funny.
130 pounds through fitness and not starvation. 20 to 22 years old is nowhere near 17 years old. She's also wearing the same shirt that she did in the picture where she claims to be 110 pounds. And
Wait a minute, what?
it doesn't really look like a 20-pound weight difference to me from one photo to the other.
No, it really doesn't. Is she from Edmonton?
I'm sure she just remembered wrong or something, and that she totally didn't fake a mental illness for some YouTube clout, because what kind of person would she be if she called out Venus Angelic for faking an eating disorder, if she actually did that herself?
I don't know if she called, in fairness, I gotta criticize Brittany here. I don't know if she called her out for faking a thing. I think she was saying there's no way you puke 10 times, right? And look, a lot of people, she was probably puking a lot and then exaggerated. And
Liar. That's what she would be. A dirty, filthy fucking liar. In addition to that, if you look at this photo, which she broadcasted both on her stream and social media, she's around 12 or 13 here doing the math, which is the exact range of when she said she was 170 pounds, or at least overweight. On her stream, it's implied that she said she was 15, but either way, it's still in the range of when she was supposed to be overweight in general. The shirt that she's wearing in this photo was also very trendy in the time range of when she would have been, let's say, 12 to 17, as well as the point-and-shoot camera, so it all seems to add up. So keep in mind, her height in her adulthood is 5'6" or 5'7". She switches the numbers depending on her mood. So just for a frame of reference, this is my friend Jessica, or Jessie XOW.
here she is. I've never seen a picture of her. I consider. I think I could say Jessica. 'Cause we're kind of tight, right?
Yeah, I'd say
that's Jessica's. I had touch base with her before taking this video. Oh, I've never seen Jessica's.
She's a streamer, and she lost a lot of weight.
She got like a 20 grand donation one time. Yeah, I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Recently. In this photo here, she is around 165 pounds, maybe even 160 here, and she's also 5'7". I know this because I've met her in person before, and I'm 5'6". Clearly, this looks nothing like this as far as mass goes. In fact, Idubbbz' girlfriend kind of looks skinny here, if anything. It's also strange that she's wearing the world's most unflattering shirt for someone that would be overweight. It's a boxy cut shirt with horizontal stripes, a pattern infamous for making people, you know, look fat. And not to mention, it's in a bright color too, so it's basically like a sign that screams, look at me and how fat I am. If she were fat, that is. If you're overweight, you wouldn't want to draw attention to your body in an unflattering manner.
No. What do you say, Eugenie?
Eugenia Coone donated $5. Get this way off my screen, please.
So my question is, if she's not lying, then why are these date ranges really not adding up? She has the same behavior with claiming that she has OCD and that she's been diagnosed and treated professionally. She said that she was diagnosed on campus by a therapist and that the therapist...
She has NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. I bet my right arm on that too.
This was a psychology teacher.
I'm gonna run out of arms though if I get one of these wrong.
And psychology teachers don't really mean that they're a psychiatrist, someone who's actually qualified to diagnose you, but you know, her.
Yeah, didn't we? Wait a minute, didn't what's it? She's a hypochondriac, constantly self-diagnosing.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of insight here.
Hers was certified. There seems to be a conflicting story here because sometimes she says that she was medicated and then other times she says she wasn't. I guess having mental illnesses is
constantly lying about the most minute things. Shocking.
Just really trendy and quirky lately. Alright, next up on the list is her drama with Sky Williams. Sky Williams made the
I didn't know about this.
mistake of defending Idubbbz' girlfriend on Twitter because
that was a big mistake.
He thought that he was friends with her, which is understandable considering that she said that she cared so much about him.
Many of you tweeted at me and said, well, why didn't you just DM Ian and talk?
By the way, Sky Williams, one of the nicest guys I've ever met in this business. My problem is he hits on me because I'm a big fuzzy bear, as he said. Really, he's one of the coolest.
To him about this instead of dragging it out and putting it in a video. Well, I did. He's been pretty unresponsive with me for about 4 months. I'm not sure if his girlfriend had anything to do with it. Hey, look.
You know, I don't send him messages anymore. Well, one or two reasons he hits on me. The other thing is I don't want to because the technicals thing. And technicals did a lot of nice things for this guy, by the way. Oh, did you hear technicals? I was wrong. I got to admit, I was 100% wrong about technicals. That video made an impact. It made an impact. Did you hear this, chat? Put ones in the chat if you heard about this. Technicals got people unbanned. They are, because of hacks and suicide, this is it. They are taking the unreasonable bans in the Smash community, all the unreasonable ones, and they're taking a look at them because I was wrong. I gotta say, I was 100% fucking wrong. This video had an impact on this community. First guy up for unbanning, a guy Technicals made a video on, who was protecting this Nero Zero fucking guy or anything. Yeah, he was kicked out of the community for covering up those pedos. That's the result of the hacks video. So this guy may get unbanned because of Technical's hacks video, only to let the pedos back in. Apparently he's first up. Way to go, Tech. Good job.
Hands are clean of it. Used to be friends with her.
What's that?
He delivered. He delivered on his
promise. He delivered on his promise. I have to. Look, when you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm no Weman here. I'll fess up. I take it L, I'll take it, and I take that L down. He has had an impact on that community. Those TOs are seeing things straight. I mean, one of these guys might kill themselves if they're banned on if they're banned. They took it. I took a chance to bring a guy back to screen.
I found out someone showed me like hella stream highlights of her talking the meanest shit to me, and I didn't know because I'm on Twitter defending her, right? Saw that shit. Then I cried to her in DMs. And no, I don't mean, I was drunk.
Yeah, no more arms, you're right.
And I literally cried. I'm sobbing to her.
I'm gonna react on this head on. I want to be better, so I constantly ask for help, and I'm going to be better. I've heard you tonight. Everything you said made so much sense, and I just, no matter what, I want you to know that I'm learning, I'm listening, and I'm going to be better. That's it. That's it. I'm fine. I'm gonna take my sleeping meds, and I'm just gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna just keep working and just pray to God that, you know, this all doesn't blow up in my face.
2 weeks later, nigga, and then I said, nah. Hey, Anisa. Our friendship's delicious. I'm gonna go defend you on Twitter. See ya. La 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 la.
You had to kill him. The boy
is a good friend to you and defends you on multiple occasions on the platform we call Twitter.
And you kill him. How are you gonna live with yourself?
Whatever. I never understood it. I mean, maybe that bitch just swings the best neck of her life. I don't know. But, oh well.
But I give a shit that Sky is such a fucking manipulative piece of shit that he just blows wherever the wind blows, so that's cool. It's really hypocrite. I hate hypocrites, man.
And that really hurt not only Sky's feelings, but also his mental health, and it led to him taking his really long hiatus, which he only recently came out of. I know this because I talked to him privately about it, and it definitely did steer him.
Sky had other problems at the time, too.
Into a depression.
My advice, don't get involved with Smash competitively.
A really bad depression at that, and it's not that I'm trying to so much victimize him as I am trying to point out that it's ironic that she promotes mental health but then steers someone into a really bad depression. And what do we have here? The Zoe Burger incident. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Perfect example.
Was Sky on the baited episode of Zoe? Hey, all you baited maniacs, because I talked to Sky that day. Sky was on that episode with Zoe, correct?
Let's see.
I didn't know. They seemed like
they
loved each other.
Example of Idubbbz' girlfriend just blatantly lying. Zoe Burger
going back in time is kind of fun, right?
Is an infamous YouTuber / streamer, infamous for shaking her ass for money. She wanted to join Zoe Burger's Thought Squad, which she herself called that.
Didn't you want to join Zoe's Ho Squad? No, I never wanted to. I never wanted to join Zoe's Ho Squad.
I don't think she was on a bit. Yeah, Zoe was. But I don't know if Sky came on later because I heard Sky that day. I talked to him on Twitch. First time I met him.
It's really funny that she calls it a thought squad as well. Because she said publicly before to not shame sex workers.
Because she's going to become one someday.
People shouldn't make fun of porn stars.
Why not?
You were supposed to come and hang out with me and Celestia. After you begged Celestia, I have the Skype screenshots. You begged her to come hang out with me. I didn't know her or you, but she pulled you a favor so that you could come hang out with us. You back out because Idubbbz tells you it's a bad idea to associate with me.
Basically, she sucked up to Celestia Vega.
Also false.
Begging to be a part of Zoe's Ho Squad, but Idubbbz told her not to, so she
That's true.
Wait a minute.
I never wanted to
They had the evidence on screen that she sucked up the Celestia Vega. That's so funny.
Join Zoe's Ho Squad.
This would have been the time when she's talking to Dave.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah. I hope Dave never gave up any important information. Goes through my
Then you proceed to go on for the next couple of weeks and tweet about me every now and then, talking crap.
I don't really give a shit about Zoe, to be honest. I really don't.
You listen to Idubbbz' advice over the bond of friendship that you had with Celeste.
I will say this, Zoe was, she's pretty polarizing back then. I don't know if it was such a, you know what Idubbbz probably said to her, if I had to guess, it's probably not a good career move at this stage. You know?
And eventually regretted that because just a week.
Well, you shouldn't tell people you want to do it. Yeah, they probably did. She sucked up. He convinced her, and then she left them all in red. Yeah.
Later, you posted a parody video of the Scarce video you were supposed to be in if you had.
Oh. She was supposed to be in the classic skit. Oh wow! I did not know that.
Had not been a flake. How about we talk about why your boyfriend won't promote anything about you? Is he trying to keep your ass a secret? Why is he one of the biggest fucking
I don't know. I doubt that.
YouTubers and he can't help your ass out? I think you picked the wrong side. You should have come and hung out and facilitated making friends.
You know why she did it? Because women are so fucking manipulative. Because she's probably everybody's putting on each other on another hand. So she's putting her on the hand as, I'm insecure because my boyfriend doesn't put me out there. And so she's saying that to really, really dig at her. That's really, really mean. Girls are so mean. Girls are way meaner than men. Way meaner. The only difference is girl will make funny and try to humiliate and emasculate. A guy might torture you and kill you.
Yeah.
But
So women are better.
instead, you decided to be a snake, hop on his fucking dick for more whatever you think perceived celebrity, and failed.
You're just as bad as everybody else when you're talking about giving women equal rights in esports, but they have to look a certain way.
Let's say that there's a very overweight, unattractive female. All right, let's say she is
Who's just amazing at COD.
amazing at COD, right? Would she end up on your team or no?
Fuck no. Who wants to look at that shit? I miss these days. Put one in the chat if you miss these days.
Oh.
She has no place on the team.
Hey, I'm doing what Chud told me. I'm going back to the old school. By the way, I'm covering FaZe Banks tomorrow.
Unfortunately.
Like, what is wrong with you? Do you understand what you're saying? Women of a certain weight? Nah, disgusting animals. Fuck you. I don't want you on my team. You don't deserve equal rights. Fucking lose some weight, fatty. But, 125 big titties chick, yeah, hell yeah, you deserve equal.
In fairness to Zoe,
Woo!
although in principle I agree with Anisa. In fairness to Zoe, the idea was to make money, not be good at video games.
Rights.
And that whale, the leather.
And Zoe found out you can't have both.
Wearing, yeah, Amy Schumer.
I hate hypocrites, man.
Personally, I think the best part is that it was Idubbbz that stopped her from joining. Like, if he didn't intervene, she would have joined it. The reason I find it so amusing is because the career destroyer Idubbbz doesn't want his girlfriend to be a thought, but then you see a clip like this.
I didn't know. I never watched this whole video where I forgot the whole thing, which is entirely possible. Jesus Christmas. He's probably looking at the monitor.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. Not gonna be bad.
Look at him just watching her bent over with her boobs into the camera, and he's just...
Wouldn't he turn his head to the right?
Well, unless he was watching the cam, like, you know how the camera
Yeah, but I
don't
know.
have it show on the screen.
Listen, I'm old fashioned. I want to see your tits. If I don't have to see a reflection of your tits on the screen, I'll just look directly at them. I don't know. Who knows? People are weird nowadays.
He looks perfectly...
Nobody wants to fucking ink blot. What do I know? I'm just old and old fashioned.
okay with it. But then when she tries to join a thought squad, oh no, that's going too far. You're gonna ruin my image as Idubbbz, the career destroyer. I can't have a thought as a girlfriend. It just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, if he doesn't want something like that ruining his image, he really made a poor choice by dating.
I disagree with her completely on this. I don't think he cared about having a thought for a girlfriend. He cared about her being with Zoe Berger. And I have to say, although I couldn't confirm any of them, and I'm not going to give them, there were a lot of rumors around that time about what she was like in the back. My experience with her was fine, right? But I heard stay away myself. So I don't know if Brittany didn't know that or not, but I heard plenty of things about Zoe Berger, right?
Dating her.
You know, she started using Let Me O after she came in one of my streams. You know, yeah, she did. Yeah.
Idubbbz really needs to face the fact that his girlfriend has sold her body on the internet before, in the most literal.
Yeah, see, I don't buy any of this because I don't think he married. I think he got involved with the girl. I don't think that he has some kind. But in fairness, remember when the OnlyFans thing came out and everybody was accusing him of, and maybe I just don't know about it, accusing him of kind of going back on his former principles about being a thought and stuff. Maybe you guys can help me with this. I don't remember finding any past statements. Like, the only thing is that Green State, you're a slut or something like that. Was he like, Idubbbz got laid and then he broke his mind? Yeah, I think it was more than the sex. Like, this girl worked him over mentally. Honestly, pussy. This is gonna what pussy will do to a man. Pussy doesn't do that, man. Being constantly nagged and afraid to speak up, that's what does it. And then you get somebody like her that sees those weaknesses really well and they just double down until you're broken like a horse. Yeah.
Sense of writing people's names on her breasts for money. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. That's actually art.
Also, here's another thing. Guys almost never break up. They wait to be broken up with.
I am a very impulsive person, but nothing has been more impulsive than my decision to quit university and romp away 12 hours from my parents to go be an artist on the West Coast.
It takes a real artist's hand to do that. Honestly, I'm like over an hour into recording and I can't fit all her lies into this slide. But before I go into the next slide, just know that she's lied about even who she is as a person, ethnically. She's lied about her.
What did she say there? She said she was Irish. The Irish know a thing or two about oppression. Oh, not anybody was born after fucking the Northern Irish, maybe. Hold on a second.
Away 12 hours from my parents to go be an artist on the West Coast.
It takes a real artist's hand to do that. Honestly, I'm like over an hour into recording and I can't fit all her lies into this slide. But before I go into the next slide, just know that she's lied about even who she is as a person.
I'm like 50% Irish. I pee myself in the shower. No, I've been peed on. 25% Italian and only 8% Arab.
Ethnically.
Selfie, Arab girl hair, brunette. Is that a... Did Fold say that's Joma's not an Arabic name? Did he correct me or did he correct me? Because I always thought she sounded a little Middle Eastern, but they probably jumped, I don't know. Well, it's consistent what she says now. Let's see.
She's lied about her height. She's even lied about being poor in one of her many...
Americans and Canadians always lie about their background or ethnicity. And some of them not even by person because they were told something different. I did not know I was German until my grandmother died. And it said Schneider in big letters. I'm like, wait a minute.
attempts to get pity pennies.
I'm on day 4 of this
I found out 2 things. I was told I was English and Irish growing up all the way. Both sides turned out to not be true, which I'm glad about the English part, especially in recent events and other things like oppression. No, just kidding. No, I'm not English because my grandmother was adopted. And they found her father and her baptism, her Catholic baptism certificate, so she didn't have to get baptized twice when she converted, right? And then my grandfather's name was Shaw, so I always assumed my grandmother, her name was, I always assumed that, you know, that's a super Irish name, that she was Irish too. And then when she died, because nobody fucking told her name until I was 25 years old, it says Schneider. I was also talking to my Italian, who I'm not directly related to. I have no Italian blood. My Italian cousins. So I said, "We're fucking German."
Vegan shit. Way harder to do.
Does look like
okay. When you don't have money. You know what I've been eating for the past 3 days?
It's one of the richest YouTubers.
Anybody want to take a guess? It's literally just it's just avocado that I've squirted lemon on.
If she's so poor, then why doesn't she just use Idubbbz like she normally does?
I did not cheat on anybody.
Cheating. Well, this might be interesting.
Some of you watching this video are probably like, holy shit, how has no one else made a video about this before? And that's actually because she's protected by proxy, because she's in a relationship with Idubbbz, and if someone speaks out against her, they're basically ruining their chances of ever working with Idubbbz again, or maybe they just don't want to end up in a content cop or something like that. But if they were worried about being in a content cop or something like that, just know that the Pear Princess herself said that he wouldn't defend her even if somebody threw acid on his body. So I guess no worry about a rebuttal from Idubbbz about this video, huh? You would think they have a happy, healthy relationship, considering that she made a video about how to have a healthy, long-distance relationship. There's a lot of things showing that they didn't, and in the time period of when she made that advice video, you know, like talking to random people in her Discord that are from her and Idubbbz's community about how he pees on her, his gross habits, or how he...
That came true. With the poop thing.
Abandons
Creator Clash 2.
Her, ignores her over and over, and almost having to break up with him.
Oh, really?
First off, everybody sucks, okay? I want to get that out of the way. There is no perfect Prince Charming. There's no princess. There's no beautiful, wonderful human being that doesn't smell or doesn't do shitty things.
It drives her crazy. That's what's happening here. I really should have watched this whole video instead of watching like the first 20 minutes fucking so many years ago. You know, I probably wouldn't have believed it. I would have been like Turkey Tom. Poor Turkey Tom taking all that hit for that old video. I kind of felt guilty about that, but then I finally had a 10K. You know? Yeah, it drives her because she's venting.
We are human beings and we suck a lot of ass, and that is absolutely fine. You're a human being, you're beautiful.
Man, I envy people that can like draw a line in the sand. I'm so bad at that shit.
I don't believe that. Oh, she can't. Oh, God, she can't get him to fucking shower. I thought the greasy hair mullet was a thing, right? That he was doing. I'm starting to realize he just didn't want to fucking wash his hair.
Coffee.
Fuck. What was that?
It looked good in the little viewfinder there, so I just kind of kept going.
Yeah, clean. Fuck.
I guess this is what happens in a relationship where you get together on the premise of trying to trade up for your career. Because that's what she did. Her anniversary date is the same day that she broke up with her boyfriend. So basically she dragged her significant
You imagine that shit, Jeannie? Hey, we're finished. Oh, God. Idubbbz. That's true.
Significant other on a plane to meet the guy that she was going to dump her significant other with.
Because we have this extra day and I don't want to be in the same fucking room as you.
So Ian ended up taking me to this hole-in-the-wall taco shop, which are usually the best places to get tacos, but I was way too nervous to eat, just because I get really nervous meeting new people, period, no matter who it is. So he ended up ordering 2 tacos, I got a strawberry soda, and we sat down and we talked for like 3 to 4 hours. It was non-stop talking, and we just clicked really, really well.
And then that was it. It was just a platonic thing. And then over like 2 weeks, me and Ian were talking, and me and Matt weren't in a relationship, hadn't been in a relationship for a while.
Sure about that? Yeah, I was gonna say, because everything sounds normal there. It's October 16th.
And me and Ian just hit it off, and then we started dating. That's what happened. Didn't Acadian say you cheated on him, though? No. Matt never, I don't know where that came from. Matt never said anything like that, and it would be completely unwarranted. No.
Her trading up is really believable considering that she said this while in a relationship.
I love Idubbbz so much. Idubbbz is probably one of the very few males on this planet. I would let him penetrate me and never call me again, and I'd be okay with it. It's just like something to be proud of.
I did not cheat on anybody. I met somebody whilst I was in an on and off relationship.
Let's see, back to 15, 16. I don't know. It's true. It probably is true.
That was shit, but wasn't very public about the shittiness of it. But I never cheated on anybody.
It's almost like I don't.
I'm waiting for the day when she drops a video on him.
I don't know what it is. Why
she's gonna have to explain herself.
Why people feel
well, she's gonna think she has. She doesn't have to explain herself. But people break up.
Need to cheat. There is never a valid.
By the way, in fairness to her, they all trade up. All of them. You do too.
Yep.
They all trade up. They're usually not as blatant, but most chicks, they do this. I can't look like a big slut like I'm training up. I gotta wait a couple days, you know. Women will manipulate the whole thing. They'll call the girlfriend, invite what's his place over. He's really interested in me. I'm acting like I don't care, like him, what have you, and then we'll just accidentally hit it off. You know, girls will do that.
excuse for cheating. Never, ever, ever does somebody have a valid excuse for cheating.
But I guess somebody can have a valid excuse for trading up like she did. I mean, after all, she did the right thing. She did nothing wrong because it only took her a few hours of talking to Idubbbz platonically to realize that she needed to break up with her current boyfriend for him.
Feel like that's okay. Like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. My significant other that I'm with now, like, when I met him, I was dating somebody else.
According to her, it's fine because her ex-boyfriend moved on.
Why did me and Acadian break up? We were just in two very
Boyfriend is probably the happiest guy on earth. Guy dodged a bullet from outer space.
different places, maturity-wise and life-wise, when we were dating. So it was a very, like, mutual thing. There's no hard feelings. He's with a girl that's much more suited for him, and he's happy, which is really good. Actually, Matt's one of the very few, or Acadian's one of the very few relationships that I can actually say ended in a good way.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I would say, like, right now, in terms of like men.
Definitely better looking than Idubbbz, huh?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter. Your looks don't matter. You can be beautiful like this. It ain't gonna matter. It's what you bring to the table.
Mentally, I'm not like in the best state. I can't really explain, but I'm just like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't.
You got the beautiful one, then you got the one with money. So there's hope. Look, work hard, guys. That's what I'm gonna tell my son. You want a hot chick? Work hard. It's really what it comes down to.
I don't know if any of you guys can like resonate with me or like feel me on this, but I'm just fucking pissed off all the time. Like, I'm just angry, like every day. As soon as I wake up, like I'm just fucking angry.
Not anymore, I bet.
I don't know how to stop being it. Like the only thing I can do is just distract myself with like League of Legends
Somewhere
or
over the rainbow, kids.
I don't know, man. I'm just fucking mad.
So who cares about the damage she caused to an inexperienced guy who was several years younger
Oh, fuck. Oh, he was younger than her? How old was he? Well,
than her?
I think once you're in the game, like as soon as you turn 18, you know, I think it's up to you on the fly. Learn. You're in the pool. He was 17, and she was how old? He was 18, 19,
I'm not
she was
entirely
22.
sure,
All right.
so.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's just, I'm not that impressed. You know what? I gotta be honest with you. As much as it hurts, I think you gotta go through a bad breakup. Have you been through a bad breakup? You don't have to talk about it if you want.
I mean, I would say probably yes, but got back together with a person, so.
Yeah, but you ever been in an ugly one? Not necessarily violence or anything, but a lot of mean words. No, well, good for you. It sucks.
That would have been that one back together, so.
Oh, okay.
Who cares if he was hurt, angry, or sad because of it? Because guys, her stats doubled.
But they did.
Idubbbz may have cucked her ex-boyfriend, but who's to say that she won't do the same thing to him if someone else that can improve her career comes along? Something like that is just always going to be in the
problem is she took one of the most legendary guys of all time.
Back of Idubbbz's mind. He's already on track with being a cuck, watching his girlfriend bent over, pushing her breasts into the camera, and letting her flirt with
I can't believe I'm posting you this, but that's me. That's what happens when you master the art of letting go of things that don't serve your purpose. You deserve unconditional love before it makes you shine. Well, what happened with them?
Chris Raygun, his lookalike.
I would never, ever, ever do that to anybody, let alone Ian. I would never do that to Ian. If the relationship wasn't working...
His lookalike. Chris is better looking guy than Ian.
We would both
right?
have...
Am I wrong? Chris Raygun's a much better looking guy than Ian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I know. You can call me queer, but I think I know it's more attractive.
Have enough respect to break up with each other. That's fucking awful. Cheating is awful.
Even Keemstar...
See, that's the thing with women that you got to understand. Looks are second place. Having your shit together is first, and unless you're like hideous.
Notice this.
You know, but interesting. Idubbbz is out in the town, and the stunt double falls in. I didn't know about that. He's sitting right next to me. Jesus, I was joking. That was fast.
And also notice how defensive she was and how quickly she reacted when he made an implication. Idubbbz's girlfriend acted really passive-aggressive to Chris Raygun about his relationship with Lacey Green.
Fine, we'll get your fucking cunted girlfriend on here.
Instead was her mother, which is a little bit weird. But it would make sense why...
What did her mother do?
Girlfriend on here.
Instead was...
Is it Chris Reagan? Let's see. Cat's out of the bag. This is one ship that should have stayed in the harbor. Lacey Green, Marina Jova. Wow, she's just big. Nobody has the right to you. You can can't date. Who you can love. Who you share your body with. Your body is lifelong blue. And what does that mean? Stab, mute incoming? What does that mean? Stab? What does that mean? Help me.
What? It stops. It's just stop. Like,
it's
stop.
Oh, that's like, how do you tell Lacey Green to stop doing that? That's like her whole thing, right? Like sex positive horse shit, right? Yeah. Isn't that bad? I don't know. My reading says I'm good. There you go. That's better for you. Really? That's so weird. Now you know where she gets it. She's fucking nuts.
Her mother, which is a little bit weird. But it would make sense why she would want Chris Ray Gun, because after all, he would defend her before Idubbbz would.
Yo, so do you think Ian is the main boss? Even though Ian would never publicly defend me, even if you threw acid in his skin by live body, maybe he's probably too pussy. Oh, that's a nice thing to say about him. And he's the final boss, and Chris would stick up for me. Yeah. So how long did they date? I wonder Lacey Green is red pilled. When was that? Oh God, she put that out when he was dating her. All right, you know chicks better than I do. Is that a sign she's definitely cheating capable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you put
I mean,
Chris, a good-looking guy, he's in really good shape here. She's putting crying emojis. Like, have we established they were dating? Well, no, she said Chris would stick up for me. Chris is a giant pussy, though. Oh. The audio letters are still fucked. Are you fucking with me? Hold on, let me hear it.
Clip you do is when I'll put it in to at least get.
Oh, her. By the way, no cold opening. Going right into it. Really? Oh, maybe something happened. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The audio is real bad. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hang everything. I don't know what. Something might have happened. It's because it sounds early on. It's fucking good. But what? I don't know. What? 6 months go by. No. Oh, hold on a second. That's early on. So let's refresh. Preview. Connecting streaming software. What? All right. Now we're live. 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 We're live. We're live. We're live. That's really fast. Let's go back a little. Let's go back a little. Let's go back a little. Let's go.
Actually, Matt's one of the very few, or Arcadian's one of the...
I don't know how to stop being it. Like, the only thing I can do is just distract myself with, like, League of Legends
somewhere
or
over the Rainbow Kids.
I don't know, man. I'm just fucking mad.
So who cares about the damage she caused to
How old was he?
Well, her?
I think once you're in, I think it's up to you on the fold. Sorry, it's just, I'm not that impressed. You know what? I gotta be honest with you. As much as it hurts, I think you gotta go through it. Oh, who you share your body with? I'm not hearing anything, guys. Lifelong's blue. And what does that mean? Stab?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's probably too pussy. Oh, that's a nice thing to say about him. And he's the final boss. And Chris would stick up for me. Yeah. Okay. So how long did they date? It's probably fucking Discord or whatever the fuck it is, to be honest with you. All right. Let me wear a little. Wow, it's 80%? I even lowered you. Talk.
Hello.
I don't know. I'll leave it there. I fucking think it's that bad. Lynn, is this pre-recorded? Yes.
Chris, he tastes disgusting. At the end of the day, I love going to bed with
Chris.
It's honestly what I look forward to every day. He might be a bit of a messy boy, but he's still my
Chris.
You want some leftovers before bed?
Idubbbz' girlfriend.
Let it be known that Idubbbz' girlfriend wanted to be a YouTuber as soon as she started dating Idubbbz. And I don't really find it to be believable that she wanted to date him for his personality, considering that she proclaims to be such a paused person. Let's not forget that he makes a living off of bullying people.
In conclusion, I like bullying.
I think that there's a lot showing that she's
Not anymore. She fixed him, Brittany. I bet you're happy.
Idubbbz as her promotional pony. The worst thing about it is that she denies it completely.
Twitter feed, or I've been scrolling through my own Twitter feed, and I'll read something, and I'll be like, fuck, I need to unfollow this guy. And then I'll go to his page, and then it says 400k followers, and then it says, Sky follows you. And my inner piece of shit goes, this is an important human being. I shouldn't unfollow him. I should just put up with it. Or
What a phony. What a shallow woman.
at least mute him.
Time and time again, she claims to want to keep her brand separate and just tries so hard to be her own person because Idubbbz is not her promotional pony. She claims
Yeah, that was a Maslick moment. Everybody uses that too much, Tafka, but that definitely was a Maslick moment.
she doesn't even want him
Faux shizzle.
to mention her existence, and he does just that.
Because Idubbbz has got his girlfriend who's a streamer, and it's not.
I didn't know he made it in here. Ha.
Not weird, that's the wrong word. But that must be so awkward. Because he never talks about her, but she talks about him quite a lot. And it's just a bit weird. Like talking about your personal life. Like I'm not a big fan of talking about my personal life. And
Well, you know, I'm gonna criticize fucking Clown here. By the way, Keem had to fucking beg you to talk about Baited or anything else for that matter. The most he talked about is when it was about to break up. So why are you so surprised he's not talking about her?
So I don't know why she has a problem with him not wanting to publicly defend her for the sake of his image, considering that she said that that's what she would want. And for
Every week was like, Clown, when are you gonna shout us out? Clown, when are you gonna tweet it? Clown, like everybody's doing their part. Clown, it was so funny.
someone who claims
Honestly, you know what the best Baited episodes would have been? If you would have listened to the calls before we recorded. It would probably been some of the greatest content of all time.
that she wants to keep her brand separate from Idubbbz,
Lynn, please die in a fire. And I hope
She
you're
does
in your little dog too.
a pretty piss poor job at it.
His cat.
Hey Anisa, happy anniversary. I found you through Ian's new video. Is he coming on stream? Less
No,
than 3.
He's not coming on stream. He's working on something at this current moment.
Her audience is constantly asking her about him, and it's not really unwarranted either between her
But they aren't anymore. I feel like she's more famous than him now.
talking about him all the time, posting pictures of him on her business social medias, and having him guest on her stream so much that a majority of her most viewed clips mention Idubbbz or have him in it.
I'm serious. No way. What?
I wonder if he was like Clown. And it makes sense because there was there was a thing back then. You weren't allowed to get the tchotchkes. You know, like you weren't allowed to get Patreon. You were lame if you sold T-shirts or coffee cups, which I was all for. I don't give a fuck. I'm a capitalist. And maybe you're not supposed to shout each other out because that's not fair. It literally sounds like Clown's rules. Jesus, that's fucking funny.
Who gave you that?
My significant other scares the shit out of me on a daily basis. I hate it, but it's kind of cute. So not too long ago, I went on a vacation with my boyfriend.
Knock it off! Stop!
Okay, buddy. It'll work.
Izzy and no longer She's 100 times worse than Yoko. Right. Did Yoko ever get remarried?
moving to Canada.
Nobody can replace you. You can't trade up from John Lennon, right?
Next month.
No, the whole
Look,
Chuck Berry one.
I'm not. Look at.
Thanks,
I've tried
Ghost Gaming.
I'm not talking about. I feel like I've talked about this shit so much.
Ian's going to be out of town for a little bit, but I think he's uploading something. He has something on upload for you guys, I think, tomorrow.
God forbid if someone mistakes her as his secretary after she does all this.
I went into his stream.
She said that because she knew it would drive her fucking nuts.
He called me Idubbbz' girlfriend and pretended that he didn't know who I was. And then at the end, he went, "Oh yeah, I was on a podcast with you. It was fun. We should do it again." And I was like, "You cunt. You know who I am. Idubbbz' girlfriend. Piece of shit."
I think a clear motivator is the increase in attention she gets when she does this. When she posts pictures with him, it gets thousands.
I'm just gonna call her Idubbbz' girlfriend for the rest of my life, even though I don't care. It's
Of more
funny to me.
views and
Still.
likes. And when she has him on her stream time and time again, she gets thousands of more viewers as well. I wouldn't even think it's worth calling out if she wasn't claiming to not use him as a promotional pony. She could have chosen to go the power couple route like PewDiePie and Marcia.
She did, sweetheart.
But instead she chooses to be the sneaky snake that she is. She uses him in a way where she thinks that she won't be called out for it. I just have to wonder, does she actually think that people are interested in her for her shitty DIY tutorials where she can't even accomplish the things she set out to do? Because I think it's pretty obvious that they're only interested in Idubbbz' girlfriend for the sake of her being Idubbbz' girlfriend, to know what Idubbbz is up to. And I think that that's all Idubbbz' girlfriend is ever going to be, because she's just so generic and average.
You know, you see the stories you have that, like, you think the stories that have come out, the stuff that was back then, the stuff the boxing coach. I imagine, like, he would never do it, but I bet Chris Reagan could really throw her under the bus. You know, I mean, like, the stories are probably endless with her. She's just probably constantly lying.
Okay,
wow.
buddy.
Like PewDiePie, he got the happy ending. Yeah, he did.
If this were one of her advice videos, it would go something like,
PewDiePie wasn't fucked up. He had like a normal upbringing.
"You're average because you're human, and that's okay." Somewhere deep down inside, Idubbbz' girlfriend knows that she's a failure. And that's why she cries on stream for pity pennies as she reminisces about her titty streaming days.
But I feel like I've just been slowly deteriorating ever since I've changed from Rainbow Kids. You know, and it's just been dying and dying and dying and dying, and now it's like dead. I'm crying in dog makeup. Come on.
I remember this.
I'm gonna cry in dog makeup. So stupid.
I mean, ever since I started watching you on Twitch, I have only missed like 2 or 3 streams. You're my favorite Twitch streamer, and I 100% look forward to your streams all the time.
That means
Feel
a lot.
better, Anisa.
Sorry.
This is my first time watching your stream, and I think you're absolutely lovely, Tilda.
You're right, there are girls there.
Like, there's no plan for me. I wake up and I turn on my stream and I say as much autistic shit as I can in a short amount of time, and I hope and pray that somebody gives me some money because they feel bad for me and they don't want me to end up on the streets sucking dicks.
Can that be? That was great. If she talked like that all the time, I'd have been her biggest fan.
If you're not a complete moron, you're able to see that a streamer who's naturally just well endowed and wears a tank top is very different from a streamer who's very sexually provocative, such as
Idubbbz' girlfriend.
When I say sexually provocative, I mean doing things like playing with your breasts on stream, drawing on them for money, jumping up and down to make them jiggle on purpose, or shoving them into the camera for extended periods of time with your face cut off. And that's something that Idubbbz' girlfriend does. She just
You can see her look to the left of the camera to see where her tits were. That's so funny.
stands there putting her breasts into the camera while bent over for
a long periodically time.
She needs to sit down. It's just so awkward to watch. I think it's pretty obvious that her stream's focus is her body, and I don't necessarily think that if someone's just sitting there with cleavage that their stream is focused on their body. But I think that when you're doing what Idubbbz' girlfriend is doing, you obviously are.
Today is like, I want to feel sexy, so I'm going to, you know, feel sexy. That's what this is about today. When I did
Oh, there's a Canadian accent.
titty streaming or whatever you want to call it, titty streaming, It was more about the troll baiting and having people come in that I felt like I was performing improv in a way where instead of, being on an improv stage and asking people like, where am I? Who am I with? What am I doing? Having this kind of bait out there was having people come.
Can you imagine when they get divorced? You gotta, like, I don't like seeing anything that reminds me or even hear. There's a song that I absolutely love that I cannot listen to anymore because it was a wedding song for my first wedding. But I don't have to wake up with a motherfucking single tattoo. One of the reasons I never would do that shit. I knew guys, they had like 2-3 girls on their fucking arm.
In and giving me ideas and kind of material to work off of and respond to. I
had a buddy start crossing them out because he thought it was funny, and it was. He wasn't wrong.
I was very into having like this dynamic, very on my feet, kind of just ridiculous, responding to trolls kind of environment, and I really liked it. I felt like it was very entertaining. It was a lot of fun for me. I felt like I could poke fun at a lot of different things at the same time. I could poke.
We'll never forget, Chud has the full support of Destiny through his scandal, then fostered an anti-Destiny community in Spicy Chat. I knew there were anti-Fed fans and did nothing. What a snake. I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but maybe you're right. I don't fucking care. Destiny, I got to be honest with you, Destiny is fucking... The only thing I don't like about the Destiny stuff is just how dishonest they are. Like he's recording somebody without their permission. That's a crime, and this is akin to something like the second most brutal crime on the planet. Chud, if you go to that video that I posted earlier, you can hear him actually say that, like, because I made fun of people that do that compare this shit to rape. Because, like, honestly, at some level, I'm not trying to pearl clutch here, but I kind of think it's irresponsible, and I think it's irresponsible because any of this stuff that comes up, next time, like Weman talks about something that's like legitimate rape. No one's, that's Weman talking about rape, so it's probably bullshit. Where it's something akin to it, or it's some kind of sexual thing or something like that. He actually says in that thing, like, oh, you really got to understand, Tommy, how people feel about this. I mean, the virgin 20-year-old, 25-year-old guys that live with their parents. I got to care how they fucking feel. What about the person it was done to, you cunts? But I don't know any of that. And fuck DGG, by the way, too. I ain't fucking cozying up to them or anybody else. Nick used to remember, do you know what I told Nick over the weekend? I said, boy, how times have changed. Now I'm your dick rider.
Fun.
Because Nick used to hear that too.
Video game culture in general. I could poke fun at titty streaming. I could poke, I was just.
This is when Chud was Chud was never in a grooming scandal.
Kind of doing my own thing, and
Chud got catfished.
Well,
I did see it.
Yeah, that's what they call it, a bit of a grooming scandal.
Oh, he didn't groom anybody. God, I didn't use that word in that thing, and he tried to tie me to it.
As exciting.
And Chud was good, and that's kind of what I think. All right, Justice 35. That's kind of what I was talking about before. Whether you got catfished or not, or wasn't your fault, maybe you made Chud made his absolute best effort to get this person's age. It's still a stupid thing to do, but I mean, stupid doesn't mean criminal. And they still try to shoehorn it in to grooming. And then what does he do? I say he got catfished and that's fucked up. He comes and will call me a pedo already. No, I know you want me to, but I didn't. I didn't look the other way because you were a pedo. You wasn't. You're just a snake YouTuber. All right, why are you getting me going there, Justice?
Improvisation.
You have to watch the beginning of the stream.
And I was very proud of it. I liked what I did.
She's really trying to pass herself off as somebody like me, someone who's actually done satire.
Thank you for the $15
online. She calls what she does satire. I don't really think there's some kind of point she made by bending over and pushing her breast into the camera, or the many times where she's just stood there awkwardly. And you kind of need to have that in order to call it satire. She could have just sat there with her cleavage to get the point across of troll baiting and everything in order to create that interesting dichotomy she's talking about. So instead, she chooses to be this...
I'm done with this. I'm sick of it. You guys watch it yourself. But, here's the thing I do want to say. I saw my favorite fucking YouTuber ever.
Trying to antagonize you.
And if that wasn't bad enough, after her embarrassing defeat, she went and played victim in direct messages with Vegan Gains on Twitter. I don't know why she had to play the victim card because she's plenty edgy.
I didn't realize she was that big back then. That she was rubbing nose. Because like I'm looking at it like Vegan Gains is big at this time. He was huge at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, she played with the big boys.
Educated in veganism.
Now, I took a couple of nutrition courses. I'm not a wizard. It was a minor.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
in my education.
I make forward opinions. I don't make a stance without being educated on both sides. Oh, I hope they played the Nazi one. Oh.
It was her mistake to not bring a white knight with her like how she usually does.
White knighted.
Idubbbz' girlfriend claims that putting on a t-shirt created a white knight community that she hated, which is really weird logic. Imagine not being comfortable with having cleavage, but then you have cleavage because you don't want white knights? Doesn't really...
No.
Even though she hates white knights so much, she's not afraid to be white knighted.
Remember back in the day, like being a white knight was like the worst thing you could do, be accused of? Now it's sweeping. Back then it was white knights, so she doesn't want to be white knighted. I get it.
Seems like where she played victim with Gross Score and has somebody defend her.
But this is like Gross Score is one of my favorite fucking people of all time. I know he's made his mistakes, but he's still funny. Big fan of you said show you on lolcow. Loved how you called out Wings and put you on this shit. I miss Wings a little bit. I doesn't want to talk to me for whatever reason. Maybe he thinks I'm gonna dunk on him. I wouldn't, not in private, only on the show. But I don't risk the rest of those fuckers. Thank you.
In this situation, it sounds like you hosted her, and then you got mad that she rejected you after you felt like she owed you something. Upset, dude. Why? That's not fair.
I'm a gold-digging whore. That's...
Why is it her fault, dude? You know that you had strong feelings for her before she did for you. Not even saying that she had strong feelings. You came to her first, and then you can't say it's her fault because she rejected you.
Who the fuck is that guy? I hate him. Him and J-Stock should go bowling.
You, because she wanted to use you because you came at her first.
Listen, if she's gonna sit there with her cleavage.
Here we go. This is what I'm waiting for, and then we're gonna call it a stream. We're gonna call it a stream and then do an after show.
And I don't mind that, and I'm glad that she can do whatever she wants. And she doesn't expect not to be called a slut, then you're being stupid. Are people going to call her a slut? She sits with her cleavage out.
Then you should expect to be called an asshole. Of course you're going to be called an asshole.
Okay, let's move on. Let's carry on.
No. You're going to see.
Can we stop this conversation?
Can we stop, please? This is ridiculous. Platypus, come on.
I'm sorry.
Twitch is this is what Twitch is for.
You just called her a slut.
She clearly cannot fight her own battles, so other people have to for her.
Oh, that's right. This article came out. When is that? 2016. The mom who moderates her daughter's rowdy chat.
Like her mother, who has a whole Kotaku article dedicated to talking about how she white knights her daughter online. Her mother also watches her every move to the point of being a little weird. Imagine your Muslim family is just watching you do this.
She's about as Muslim as my cat.
I know it'd be weird for me if my mother were watching.
Totally fucking acting. Like she just...
This is, by the way, if you don't know anything about Brittany Venti, this is what got her famous. And this is her fucking trolling the shit out of 4chan and everybody else. And it's hysterical.
I
It's just really embarrassing.
I thought she was so funny. She's from what I understand, she's really happy right now. And I think she's done with this part of her life.
Embarrassing to have.
See what it says, absolutely false. Science says this is the worst and most dangerous sex position for your genitalia. Oh my God. False, absolutely false. Has Lacey turned you into a sex educator well now? That, you imagine your mother? Can you imagine that? You see what happened here, Jeannie? Jeannie, you fall asleep? Sweetie Jeannie. Oh, something must have happened. Her thing.
Yep, sorry. No, I went to the bathroom.
Can you? That's all right. Yeah, I figured something happened. Can you imagine this? Your mother. So your boyfriend quotes something about sex, and then she goes to your ex-boyfriend and says, "Has Lacey turned you into a sex educator now as well?" That's insane.
Oof.
Like, and they're broken up by May 27th. So May 27th, this video came out in 2018. So it was, they had already been dating Idubbbz for almost 2 years at that point. And she must have really liked Chris. You know what Chris might have done?
What?
You're nuts. Stay away from me. There's something wrong with you. And her too. That's probably what he did. But something tells me he wouldn't have the balls to do that. I think it would sound a little more like this. You're crazy and you're hurting me. That's probably what it sounded like.
Have your mom around to fight your battles and comment on all your interactions with your friends? I guess her mom didn't really get the memo that every social media isn't Facebook, where you comment on someone's new profile picture saying, "Hey, call me. The family misses you, sweetie. XOXO." But I suppose she does need to be white knighted by somebody, or else, well, you saw what happened in the vegan gains debate. Birds of a feather flock together. It's an old but gold saying. It explains that people who are similar tend to be found together, and you definitely find that to be the case with Idubbbz's girlfriend.
I don't think they're
You can see
anything
that
alike.
she associates with people like Momo-kun, accused of molesting people and blaming it on her ADHD.
I get a little like crazy, and I think a lot of it has to do with like having ADHD and like not being able to control.
I had a fucking enough sex. I feel like I almost feel like Anisa's been beat up too much at this point. It was an interesting watch, though, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun,
It
but
was
I couldn't
more
take much
looking
more.
back at the past.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, it was fun. Fun. Calls, I'll take them, but you got to do it now because I want to do it afterwards. And if nobody comes in, we're bouncing, biggity bouncing. Because I haven't done a what you call it in like forever.
After show.
Thanks for all the support and shit, by the way. With the video, the old school video. I mean, we'll do that again if something's topical. I haven't been around, like Willie was telling me, he's like, you've been around so long, you've covered stuff. I don't think I'll ever get one that good again, though.
Okay, buddy.
She has ADHD. I'm happy to help her out with it. You like that chick? All right, nobody. So time to read and get out. Hope you enjoyed the show. It'll be interesting to see if Chud wants to respond or Blake, I fake respond or whatever the fuck that he does. Maybe you call me the gay Joker.
Riddler.
The gay Riddler.
Yeah.
There's another fucking thing I got to say about it. His politics literally come down to go team. And all right, any Chud fans in chat, you've seen this? He watches a political video or some kind of current events thing, and then he asks the fucking audience to comment, right? And look, I get it. You have people that are just fucking brain dead in there, but no matter what it is, what are you doing? What are you Russian brained? What are you right-toed? What are you left-wing lunatic? What are you talking? No matter what it is, if it's like not his exact opinion, he's like, "Whoa, look at me, yo, man!" Have anybody ever seen that before? I have a few times. I mean, his politics simply come down to go labor. His debating skills, go watch thoughtful opinions or harmful opinions.
Harmful opinions.
Yes. Oh God, Elon Trump can do it. So can Tommy and Chud. The gay Riddler. The gay Riddler. You're a gay Riddler. You're a gay Riddler. I gotta be honest with you. When I was like shocked by that video because I got fooled by his I'm a thoughtful person act, and that's exactly what it is, an act. And I'm watching this fucking thing, and like I look, you could disagree with thoughtful opinions. He's not like crazy. But anything outside of their opinions, if you don't share them with them, you're crazy, stupid, senile, dishonest. It's never like, I hate to say it, I miss the old tipster days, agree to disagree. And everything has to be attack on your character. It's never an attack on the actual argument. And here's how they attack the argument. You're crazy. All of them. All of them. Dishonest little prick. Just call me a pedo then. No, I didn't. I didn't even infer it. Oh, wait a minute. You're doing that on purpose. Harmful, thoughtful opinions. Yeah, it's harmful opinions. Yeah, I know. But I don't know. Like, he had a different take on the fucking... By the way, I agreed with it. And that's another point. Me and Nick argued about that offline. You know that? I was like, I think on the Mr. Beast thing, I was like, I think harmful opinions have a point. And he was like, no. It wasn't a long conversation. And then what he did is he went on a stream with like 3,000 people and told everybody what a fucking retard I was. That's what Nick did. You prick it. Can we fit this bro shit? No, we cannot fix this bro shit. You haven't been around long enough. There's some you let go and some you don't let go. And there's some you come back to and you don't come. This guy is dishonest, Lynn. Sorry. And honestly, we weren't that tight to begin with. I liked him. I liked the show until I started slowly realizing I'm getting used for content here. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on in that stream? A Bobax thing? Was that necessary? I finally fucking make a video, call him out. What's going on? I'm sorry. I'm not sitting down with anybody and hash. There's nothing to hash out. Yeah, it would be funny. It would be entertaining. And no, I'm not going on any interviews or debates. Anybody can call in here anytime. Retard wrangle your own friends. Now you got no friends. Queenman's taking the job. Why would you ask yourself, if you wanted those opinions, why would you watch Chud when you could always watch Weman? And he can have the takes and say the shit that Chud's afraid to say. So, because you might piss off the wrong person while he's calling out Nick for dick riding. And then ask him to talk about it offline because he doesn't want to create drama. There's no criticism about drama. No, of course. Yeah. He says you can talk to me in public or private if you like. Say, well, I'm talking to public. I don't want anyone to hear that fucking guy. You can take apart my arguments here. It's a lot easier anyway. Actually, the reason I like it here is he can't just call me names like the gay Riddler or something like that. He has to respond, which is why he didn't play the video. So there, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's go. I have enough of this horse shit. If you have, we're doing a, what you call it?
After show.
I don't really want to do an after show. You know what? We're not doing an after show.
Wow.
Listen, I want to go in. We might watch something together as a group. So I'll be in there. How about that? I just don't want to. I want a little more freedom instead of, not that it's that much pressure, but you know, we're going to sit in there and hang out together. You know, I usually stay up a lot later when I do that. Because it just seems like he's a contrarian all the time. He's not contrarian. He doesn't have a fucking opinion. All these opinions are based on fucking money. I would blow Hitler to get ahead. You know, and that's what's frustrating him. And sometimes, you know, look, the way I see it is you might not like Ethan Klein. You might not like Nick benefiting from Ethan Klein. Why wouldn't he after what they fucking did to him? You might even think Nick's like really on a little thick. What you wouldn't do is attack his credibility. Dick Ryder is a credibility attack. That's a credibility attack. And then you make the credibility attack and you shoehorn it into an argument he never made. It's like, because somebody wrote me like, oh, you're conflating Weman with he just made one mistake. No, he didn't. So it was a crowding thing. It was a long time coming. Nesquick, Oprag, Mexon, B, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Final Flash, G-Man, Ghost Gaming, Little Manly, Not Your Typical On, Panic Punk, Taylor D, Tommy C. Scott, Genie, Picklington, Will Do It. Thank you. Top 10. And that's it. We're done. Let's go hang out in there. Just, Be my bodyguard when I go in there. Enough time for me to have a cigarette and take a leak. Thank you, Jeannie, for all your help today.
No, of course.
In another life, we would have been married and a power YouTube couple, but I was born too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
my
a power
goodness.
couple. You know. Can't wait to see that in their streams. Good night, everybody.